Wait, Novice is doing your third right now. What?
To me. Dondo, don't do this to me.
Yes?
What do you mean? What do you mean they're already playing?
They're not.
They're not. Okay, brother, don't scare me like that. I had an intro all
That's
queued
what
up
they
and
said.
everything. Oh my
That's what they
god.
said.
Anywho, hello, CSA people. Welcome back to Boss Live. You're home to the You're home with the franchise for the New Orleans Nightmares. I'm your host, Boss On the desk with me is Mr. GM himself of the New Orleans Nightmares. We've got Dondo RF. Dondo, how are you doing, my man?
Good. How about yourself, boss?
Oh, you're real quiet. I gotta turn you way up. Can you try that again?
No, I'm doing good, boss.
Oh, way
How about
better.
yourself?
Way better. Holy crap. Anywho, I'm doing fantastic, especially since we get to watch incredible New Orleans Nightmares footage. So, sorry, excuse me. Before we get into the matchups tonight, I do want to recap kind of what how New Orleans has been doing this season. So we'll talk a little bit there. So New Orleans, for those of you who may not have been following all season, started off in 14th before the first major occurred, and then they moved very quickly with two solid deep runs to the finals with the professional and world class series that moved them all the way from 14th to 5th. Now, unfortunately, even though there was a lot left on the table between two tiers, they still were able to use it to parlay into a much better season. New Orleans is currently sitting second overall. Mr. Dondo, as I get you added in here for Rocket League so we can join as a unit here, how are you feeling with your franchise really turning things around here?
Obviously, a GM's greatest accomplishment is obviously having a very successful franchise. So I'm very happy that I was able to make the changes necessary to have players that are willing to communicate and work things out with me to be able to turn the season around. I'm very lucky to have a lot of the players I have on my franchise. So shout out to them. They're the ones doing all the work, you know?
Fair, fair. Dondo, I'm gonna make you party lead so that you can just bring us into the action. I've got everything queued up, everything live, ready to go. But yeah, we'll just go from there.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the go ahead from our academy team here. It says they're in a private match, but I do not. Okay, it says they're 1-2, but they didn't give me the right info. Oh, they're in their first match still. That's I guess they
Their
started
first
late.
match?
That's what Wi-Fi just told
Oh
me.
my god, your team. Ah, Dondo, are you watching my stream? I'm putting in a picture for you.
That's got to be racist.
No,
I'm
it's
kidding. I'm
Terrell Owens.
kidding.
That's my quarterback, but I put at the bottom. That's my team.
Fine.
Oh god.
New Orleans versus the world.
The world, baby. It's gonna be so for everybody watching. It's not gonna be against any dedicated franchise tonight. It's gonna kind of be luck of the draw. We'll play against whoever we get. Could be San Antonio. Could be whatever other bum steps in our way. Who knows?
Yeah, and I guess if anybody that doesn't know the CSA layout, we're doing Major Two today, and the Major Two is essentially we're doing group stages tonight. The top two teams in each group get to go to the playoffs next week. So our teams have to perform well, be top in their group to be able to proceed to next week for the playoff run for this specific major, at least.
So wait, if they started late, do they realize we might not get to cover them? We probably need to join their match now, because we got to move on to novice in half an hour.
Yeah,
Yep. Make sure they get you their lobby info because we they get this half hour and then we're moving on to novice.
let me message them now. If I could
So
type, dude, what the?
meet me some Apple Jacks, getting in some dinner real quick, and I'm absolutely hurt that Apple Jacks doesn't have the cinnamon as Jamaican anymore.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Dude, that crippled me a little bit.
Hold
What's your
on. I
situation,
will.
brother?
Okay.
What's the problem?
Not if a goal. If the goal was there a goal scored before he, then you have to play it out. Or was he when
I'm
he
pretty sure.
DC'd?
Well, no, I'm
Wait, hold
pretty sure
on.
when he DC'd, the rematch should have been called if they wanted a rematch, but since they didn't call for it immediately and they scored, I'm pretty sure it stands.
Yeah, it would stand. If nobody called for the rematch before the first goal was scored, then the match will stand. Okay. Well, looks like I got to deal with that later.
Perks of being a GM, baby. And yeah, they couldn't hear anything he was saying, so life's good. Life's good.
So
Anywho,
good thing.
did they give you lobby info? Are we getting back in there?
While he was talking, I forgot to press enter.
Brother.
Who are they playing first? Here, let me see if I can do some troubleshooting here. Um, First, let's see if I can do this.
Oh, God. Hey, at least this isn't as chalked as last week when, or last time we casted, because that would have been Nuki and I having to fill up half an hour worth of time, so we just 1v1'd.
Who are they going against first? I think they're going against San Diego. Yeah, so let's
San
see
Diego's
if.
a pretty good team, aren't they?
Nope, looks like we got it.
We got it?
Troubleshooting for the win. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut over to Rocket League footage here because we should be getting back into the action. Oh, no. Oh, no. No,
What?
Dondo. It's got Billy and it's got Minja. Oh, no. We'll
Oh,
talk
did you
about.
not know?
We'll talk about our incredible team, New Orleans, here, who's clearly going to figure it out and get the win as I'm hurrying up the scramble to download San Diego's logo. What team are they again?
The Sea Lions.
Sea Lions. Oh, I think I actually already have that downloaded somewhere. Stop scanning for viruses. We both know that this was not with a virus. It's from CSA. All right. Well, now that I've got everything squared away for BAL and I can actually look at the match on the pitch, it's already a very solid start for New Orleans here. Boltini looking for the pass center. Wi-Fi takes the deep touch, hits it high and elevates. Waits for the touch off the backboard. Dondo, I really thought he was going to try and quickly elevate to maybe go for a double tap there, but playing it slow gave the possession back to Mossy.
Yeah, you got to remember this is Academy, so there's a very wide range of skill levels in here. Um, so what we might see in novice, we're definitely not going to see here, but I do think that these teams can adapt very well to their situations at hand because there is such a big room for growth. Um, as this team has been doing pretty well in the back end of the season. So I'm very excited to see what kind of moves they'll pull out today as we see Wi-Fi with a double save going and trying to get it to the corner. Vortex gets a really good 50 at the goal line. Boltini going up for a pass into the offensive half, and then it just dies over in the corner by Avex Inceptions. Honestly, I mean, we're only catching like the last game or so, but this seems pretty close right now, boss.
I'd say so too. I mean, I believe Game 4 has already elapsed. I'm not sure what the series score would be, but if we're in, it's best of 5, right?
I would assume it's 2-2.
I would assume it'd have to be 2-2 if we're in a best of 5, and we're already through Game 4. So New Orleans is sitting real pretty there as Wi-Fi puts in goal number 3 and takes a very dominant lead. Rocket League for any tier, really, especially when you get into a 2-2, there's a lot of nerves on the line. Once you find yourself down 3-0, that's a pretty difficult spot to come back from.
Yeah, it's especially because I believe my player also said it was 1-2. I guess I'll have to talk with them afterwards about this rematch situation. But going right now, they seem to be coming in with a full head of steam as Boltini almost just drilled that in the back of the net. Avex tries to control up the wall, gets a nice touch, maybe looking for a pass mid, just not able to get back to it. We got Minja coming up for a shot. Well, we have two on the net with New Orleans being able to get that outfield to Boltini that wasn't able to do anything with it. Avex controls in the corner, trying to get a play started for their offense because they are still looking to get 3 goals with only a minute 30 left. It's kind of a tall hill to climb.
Well, it's a very difficult hill to climb, and it's kind of wild. So one thing I do want to give a shout out for San Diego's academy team is once they really got their roster squared away with Avex and Minja both being in the lineup, they found nothing but success. I mean, they have 75 points through the season, 18 from the major. I think they came in second place for it. They've been undefeated through the last, I want to say, five series. So New Orleans finding themselves up 3-0 in a series that really they're playing from ninth against first. This is as David versus Goliath as it possibly could be. I don't know if there's any better feeling than beating such a great team. But as we say that, Avex opens up goal number 1 here for the San Diego team, and that is going to be now only a 2-goal deficit. Dondo, 2 goals, possible, right? It's possible.
Definitely possible with 50 seconds. I mean, as most people that play Rocket League know, anything can change within 10 seconds even. So if San Diego can find their groove within the next 30 seconds and score 2 goals, anything's possible for them, but it is hard. Like they have to make sure they're firing on all cylinders, playing the best Rocket League that they can play. As we see a nice little pass coming out from Mossy, just a little bit high. Minja trying to corral mid for Avex, and Vortex able to just tap it right above him. But Mossy playing exceptional third man was able to corral that ball back into the play, just not able to do much with it. See Vortex with a really good flick going over, and with 10 seconds left, this once again, depending on the rematch situation, it seems like New Orleans may have taken the set.
Definitely
And
would be nice between matches. We'll have to ping probably Wi-Fi and be like, "Hey, buddy, what is the series score?" Because who knows? I mean, maybe he misspoke. Maybe it wasn't 4 played already. Maybe it
let
was just
me
2.
let me go down and talk to him real quick.
Gotcha. Just give me a holler. Do remember your mic is hot.
Oh well, never mind.
Even if you
Wait,
leave
hold
the
on.
chat, your mic
Oh,
is
hold
hot.
on. I'm muting. BRB.
Oh God. Well, New Orleans gets a goal here, or gets a win here. We'll find out really what we're looking at going into the rest of the series here. Dondo obviously dipped out, moved into Rocket League chat. Hopefully things will be squared away. We'll find out. We'll find out soon. We'll get you some answers. We'll go from there. Definitely want to see where New Orleans is sitting. This is a great team to be playing against. They're not leaving yet, so I don't believe the series is over. There's no way it could have been. That could have been game number 4. Or game number 5. Sorry. There's no way. That's got to be. I jumped to the wrong casting screen. Oh my God. I'm on fire tonight. Look at me go. Look at me go. Well, you know what? We're getting back into the action here. That whole minute has elapsed. Both teams are retaking the pitch, and we are now moving on to what I can only presume to be is game 6?
This is game 5.
This is now game 5.
Yeah, so the last one was the remake. This one is game 5.
Ooh, they remade? I thought,
I don't know. I'll hash out the problems later. If something needs to change, I'll talk with the management. But for now, we'll just keep going and let them play it out.
Okay. Well, we're getting into what now is game 5. It is tied up 2-2. We have both teams on the pitch ready to go, and they are already coming out swinging. Wi-Fi here, sitting in an awkward spot. Vortex plays it out. Great half volley. Get a lot of distance on that touch there. Minja unable to really follow outside of a 50-50 split. Leaves the ball kind of in no man's land. Nobody in possession here. Oh, Boltini gets the right time with the right dive and is able to push that back into the corner and avoid the offensive trepidatious. Dondo 0-0 played. A deep shot from Dan Marino here, pushing it all the way down the pitch. How are you feeling seeing that your team is 2-2?
Honestly, pretty awesome. They're not the highest on the in the standings. I believe they're ranked ninth currently. So to be able to bring the number one team to 2-2 is a really good sign coming forward through this major. Because if they do perform well, they're going to be able to cinch playoffs. So to be able to see that they can't compete with some of the greatest, considering that the last like handful of match days have not been like completely solid. I gave them a replay review, and they seem to be taking a lot of that to heart and performing very well, as we see a really good save coming out of Wi-Fi there. So it's, once again, as a GM, it's really good to see my team succeed, especially after a little bit of coaching.
True, true, true. And that's always fair. You love to see your team really performing well, really getting the right plays at the right time. I'm kind of flabbergasted. This is probably one of the best teams they're playing against. I've already said it once, is David versus Goliath, but to be undefeated through 5 match days is a very difficult spot to be. It requires a lot of chemistry, a lot of really just great Rocket League ball knowledge in the moment. So I'm very hopeful that our team is going to win here, but I'm also very terrified when I see the ball sitting right in front of the net like that. Vortex.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry. Go ahead, Dono.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, that was a very close call. But thankfully, one thing I did teach them was not to panic. Because I feel like last time they would have thrown everybody at that ball and left themselves in an awkward situation. So they were able to keep that out of the goal and move forward with that play. As we see Minja to get a nice little pass off the corner there. Vortex with an outlet to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi just a little bit wide with the shot, but very good vision there coming out from the team. Wi-Fi gets a nice disrupt. Ooh, and just missed a pass out mid for Boltini. He's going to take a shot and gets the amazing goal.
It's what you love to see. We're in a great spot here. I messed up, and now I've moved to... Okay, we're back to Director Cam. I'm not used to controlling it with mouse and keyboard, Dondo. I don't even know how to hide any of the stuff on the bottom.
And the UI is reversed, by the way.
What's up?
You have San Diego as orange.
Oh, look at me killing it. Let me just go ahead and swap that around there.
While you do that, I'll continue the cast as we see a nice little shot at him coming out from Vortex. Minja with a nice pop out, but Wi-Fi being very patient with that third man positioning, able to get that save. Vortex going in with an amazing 50 as San Diego seems to be fighting backwards for their defense. Wi-Fi with a really good 50. Minja trying to pop that out. Vortex sitting back will be able to have enough time to set up a possible play opportunity here. Boltini trying to disrupt the goal line, but Avex was able to get past everybody just to be able to get that really amazing clear and pass mid for Mossy to be able to drill that shot and time the series up 1-1. Or the game up 1-1, sorry.
Oh, let me go ahead and skip through that there. We're getting another kickoff here. Game equalized at 1-1. 1:19 left to be played. It's effectively 0-0 for the entire series. Everything on the line. Deep touch by Minja. Vortex is to quickly elevate and clear that away. Ooh, dangerous spot here. Boltini takes the dive, gets a very favorable bounce, elevates, gets it over Minja. Mossy in an awkward spot, opts to pop it high and away from the goal, just trying to stall for time. Avix Inceptions able to follow. Boltini gets yet another beat, able to just dust this San Diego team so quickly. Minja flicks, dodging the bump. Avex gets the pop deep. Boltini looking for the follow. Gets the second touch. Bumps the defender. Rotates out. Minja has to dive. And oh my, what a save from that academy player. It's just so quick, Dono. These players have to elevate, and it's so greater than what it used to be when we were kind of in the lower tiers for Rocket League. These players are just so fast, so agile, and so smart on the pitch.
Yeah, they seem to be both teams seem to be playing amazingly well today. We got really good defense coming out from San Diego, but New Orleans seems to be drilling their net with shots. As we see a possible shot coming from Vortex with 6 seconds left. Honestly, kind of seems like the dagger, unless a mistake happens or San Diego's able to get a really good play going in with 6 seconds left.
It's a dangerous spot. I mean, 6 seconds could very easily be the dagger, but a lot can happen right off the kick off. Why can't I talk? Holy cow. Wi-Fi gets the flip reset, centers it. Vortex takes the actual dagger and just finalizes this series.
Flip Reset in Academy?
Flip Reset Academy, hashtag check that man's car.
um, while this is wrapping up, while we have a little bit of time, I am going to talk to them um about that series real quick before we continue casting. So if you want to talk over stats real quick, I will be back as soon as I can.
Yeah, no. While we got our people on the actually, we're losing everybody from the matchup here. It was a little bit tough to catch, but New Orleans was sitting at a few shots more per game here. I wish I had Carl up and running. I probably should have put that up before we started, and I can definitely get that up before.
So while I have a little bit of time, tell me
the
exactly what the
second
fuck
series.
happened.
But for those of you who tuned in, New Orleans did just put on an offensive clinic. San Diego really had to get back into the matchup here. A little bit of discrepancy going on as both teams are discussing a match that likely should have been remade. I don't know the rules. Huh. Well, I'm sure we'll have incredible content discussing what
Did
we
anybody
just
ask for a
texting
remake?
back and forth.
Did anybody
a little bit of
specifically
rules
say
lawyering will likely have to occur at some point. Oh, it's gonna be dangerous. It's just the way it is. You never know how things are gonna pan off. Ooh, I have my remote going now, so I can actually sit here and hang out while we wait for Dondo to get back into the chat. I'm sure we'll come back sometime in 2025. You know, the usual. Yeah. Yeah, we will do some custom training while we're waiting for our boy. It is always a tough spot, right? When you're talking about teams and they're playing for that match, both teams want to win. I'm gonna be real frank with you. If you're a captain, if you're a coach, if you're somebody involved in CSA, please familiarize yourself with the rules book. You really don't want to lose a match because your opponents utilize something that doesn't actually exist in the rules book. Like, there is a chance here, from what I've gathered and what I've been told from the San Diego, not from the San Diego side, from the New Orleans side, is that San Diego had a player, DC. They scored a goal or two. I'm not really sure how much was scored. It's getting conflicting information here, but a player scored and then their player rejoined, and then I think instead of just playing it out, the New Orleans side asked for a remake, which I'm gonna be real frank, if that's the actual scenario, if the information I've been provided is actually that, in effect, New Orleans was down by 2, a player from the San Diego side disconnected and came back. I'm pretty sure after the first goal is scored, even though it's a 2v3, New Orleans wouldn't have the eligibility to call for it. And actually, I'm fairly certain that if it's a San Diego player that ejected and came back, it would be the San Diego's call. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to get more information involving the situation and then come back to it. But if that is the case, I like winning. I like my franchise winning. I like it a lot. I don't like us winning from nonsense. I don't like us winning from things that aren't actually ours to win, if you catch my drift. So, we'll see. We'll see really what it's going to look like, what it's going to come down to. We will probably fill you in on the situation when we get more information in regards to it. But until that time, we're going to be a little bit in the dark. Oh, man. I need Donna to come back so he can bring us into the matches. I'm guessing that's what he's discussing right now. I'm guessing it's him with that franchise trying to figure out what is going on, what is happening, if they're going to have to maybe replay it. Um, I don't even know how do you resolve that. I mean, at that point in time, you've got 2 games were played. New Orleans was down 2-0. They call for a remake. It's remade. It's not played out. This is why in a lot of other leagues they do talk about play out the match. Even if you want to contest the result, you play out the match. You ask for, you ask for a continuance. If you play it out and you lose, you play the remainder of the series, or what would be the series if you had, if you had one, or if it needed to be remade. You just play an extra game. You get it in the books. And you leave it for the admins to decide. They'll figure it out. They'll probably give you the best ruling possible, and then you can move on with either a win or a loss. But I really hate the fact that right now there's a big gray area because only 5 were played. So we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see what it looks like. We'll see what it plays out as. Just waiting for my boy to come back. I don't even know what the second matchup is going to be. I don't even know who New Orleans is going to be playing for Novice. I'm waiting for the GM, the man, the myth, the legend to pop back in and tell me all the good news. There's still a lot of Rocket League action to be played here today. We do have Novice, we do have Pro, we do have Superstar and World Class. So there is a lot to be played. Definitely stick around and catch some more Rocket League action for the New Orleans Nightmares. But, hello, we finally have the man, the myth, the legend to return himself.
A lot of BS. I'm throwing my hands up and letting
the admins handle it.
letting staff and whoever deal with that.
Because, I mean, from what I gathered, from what I heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was that New Orleans was down 2-0 in the series. One of the San Diego players DC'd and then came back, but they had already scored. And then New Orleans asked for a remake, right?
I believe they were asking for a remake as the goal was being scored because none of New Orleans was moving. And then they scored as they were trying to ask for a remake.
Well, hopefully they save that replay.
Yeah, I will let staff deal with that. That is out of my hands and above my pay grade.
That is very fair, and we do like our staff here at CSA, so I'm sure they will render the best possible outcome. Now, with that being said, Dondo, we have a lot of Rocket League action left on the board here. I'm sure Novice is ready to go, ready to rock and roll.
I am waiting to hear. I could also take some liberty to be proactive and see who they're going against if the sheet is updated.
I'm really just in free play mode, just hitting the ball around, and that's all I'm doing on stream. I've been monologuing about the possibility of what the situation could be.
New Orleans Novice. Yeah. So our Novice team will be going against San Diego's Novice team.
So I don't need to change anything in BAL outside of the series score and change it from Academy to Novice. Incredible.
Yeah, we will let that play out as we see fit. Let me check to see if the lobby is up. I believe New Orleans would be home, but let me check. No, that's not a lobby.
Well, and it's going to be kind of interesting, right? Because New Orleans Novice team is in kind of the same spot they were in the other way.
That is on me. Sorry.
Dondo.
Sorry.
Oh, we're gonna have to explain that one later.
That's on me. Sorry.
On Dondo. No, anywho, New Orleans is in a bit of a different spot for the novice, right? So our academy team was, I believe, in ninth. I think that was right. Yeah, we were
Yes.
ninth. Our novice team is in ninth. But instead of playing the best academy team, they're actually going to be playing the lowest points gathering team in novice. They'll actually be playing at the team currently squarely in 26th, a team that is 2-13 on the series. Dangerous spot when you play against a team or a franchise that is struggling, because it's really easy to relax. It's really easy to open up the ability for your the opponents to turn around and take the dub. So we'll see. We'll see, I guess, as we get into this matchup, what it's going to look like. Oh God. I can already
Yeah.
hear. I can already hear Billy. Dondo, why would you join our match a second time?
Yeah, that was on me.
That's fine. It's just gonna be just a funny part.
So apparently novices last match FF'd. So
What do you mean their last match FF? Like their third match?
mm-hmm.
So we have half an hour.
I mean we could go peek in at professionals
we
next game
could
if we really wanted to.
we could just follow professional second and third series.
We definitely could, which
Hey,
I will.
tell me what their matchup is. I'll start rocking it right now. Actually, just get us into the action so you can cast while I'm rocking us into the action. Oh
Let me
God.
see. Going into it though, they did just 3-0 Toronto.
Hey, let's go. So ignore everything we talked about for the novice series, the novice tiers. We're going to talk about professional now, where New Orleans is sitting at number 2. Looks like like from what Dondo just told us, they 3-0'd to Toronto 6. So we're getting into the action here. We'll see what this superstar series is going to net us here.
Professional.
Professional. I can't speak. We are here into their 6th matchup, Dondo.
To their professional second match for the night.
Yeah, they have the team listed as the 6.
Oh,
Are you sure this is the
Did,
right lobby?
let me make sure because it said non. Let me.
Oh,
I did non, or I'm not gonna say the fucking lobby
yeah.
info,
Please,
but
please don't just drop the lobby info live for everybody. Uh,
I'm gonna get the info to make sure that. Okay, maybe I joined their last match that still had players in it for some reason.
ooh, I have a fantastic idea. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Can you hear me? Oh, you guys aren't in a match, right? Not yet. All right. How'd your first series go? By the way, you are live. Just giving you fair warning. 3-0? Handedly 3-0 or close 3-0? Nice. Who are you guys playing in the second series? I've been trying to get this info so I can get everything prepped. The Savage. The Atlanta. Wouldn't that be Las Vegas? It is. It is Atlanta, huh? I would have thought. Yeah, I don't know why I get that backwards. That's so wild. Okay, so Atlanta Aces, they are quite a bit better than the last team you would have played. They're not sitting at 15th; they're sitting at 10th. How are you guys feeling going into the series? Like 3-0 win, 3-2, 3-0, handily 3-0. All right, all right. Uh, bet, big bet. Well, we'll be watching. We'll be casting. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Okay.
Like I told them, you're live, but they can't hear any of the audio you guys are saying
They
because we're
can't
on
hear any
Video
of
Ninja.
the guys. It kept saying like I was getting desktop audio from them.
Oh no, it wasn't
No,
popping up on stream.
they talked about how they 3-0'd the Toronto, and I said, okay, well, you're going to be playing a slightly better team. You're going to be playing the 10th best team. What do you guys think the results are going to be best of 5? And they go, 3-0. We fixed a dead zone issue. We got this.
I
Like, they are
like the confidence.
confident right now. Like, whew.
I love the confidence. We unfortunately had to make a switch up very recently. Um so I'm very glad to see that with a switch up towards the back end of the season, they're able to play at a high level still and be able to compete in that upper echelon of professional.
I'm trying
As
to
we
hurry
get
up and
into
get it
this.
all. All right. I'm hoping I've got it set up for the right size of the Rocket League matchup. I've got everything squared away. My Rocket League just crashed.
Oh, that's fun.
No, Dondo. I'm gonna. My Bacchus mod also crashed. That's bonkers. Is my stream still up?
Um,
My stream is still up.
seems like it.
That's crazy.
Seems a little redundant to cast if they can't see, so I'm just gonna
You can't see it,
kind of
but
watch.
Savage just hit a 9 flip reset goal.
Oh my god, is that Zed on the field? What the?
Did he smite that player from a distance? Shoot me an invite, Donna. Shoot me an invite.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh my god, frame droppage
Well, if it makes you
galore.
feel any better, it is 1-1, so it's like you missed nothing.
Uh, it is wild though that I'm dropping frames right now. I think it just panics because I tried to do too much all at once. I would love if I can get rid of the stuff at the bottom here. There we go.
I don't know how to do that on mouse and keyboard.
I plugged my remote in and it finally took. It finally took. Okay, Nero looking for a center pass here. Mojimo trying to get it slotted in, but Ale able to clear this away. Savage, no. Mojimo stays with the play. Not a lot of beans in the tank, but chooses to keep the pressure alive. Savage has the ball, is unable to collect the 100 as Joystick steals any bit of boost that they could have pulled from there. Ale, Savage, both in a dangerous spot here. Ale off the backboard. No, that's going to be. Sorry, that was Savage coming off the backboard. Ale is able to push that away. Nero gets the flip. No, chooses not to take the flip reset. Instead, pops it towards the backboard. A lot of misdirection, Dondo, as these teams aren't taking the first touch in the golf bag. They are looking for the second or third to possibly catch their opponents off guard. Definitely a great spot to sit in if you're a player.
Yeah, we took for anybody that's actually watching, we did take a significant jump from Academy Professional, so we are going to see a lot more mechanics coming into play with these players in comparison. So it's kind of crazy to see like the difference between the two. But professional, they're very gifted at at this tier. As we see Nero going for a nice little pass out, Merrill able to control that in the corner. Ale going to take control of that going up the wall, try to set up a play, possible pass play, but Nero's just able to get a touch there. Savage pops it up mid, not able to come with it or get anything from it as Mojimo gets a really good clear. Joystick trying to take control on the wall here. tries to get it past Savage, but he's able to get a really good 50. Ale with the outlet to Savage with a pass off back wall and a little bit of a double commit there. Hopefully we don't see too much of that going into the series. But this professional teams is a lot more calculated than the academy tier in comparison. But I mean, actually, I don't know. We saw that flip reset come out with a possible goal opportunity from Ale with a
Ale, you
really good soft
stud.
touch.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
they would have that is a pretty
No
difficult shot
beat,
to get in.
no beans in a dream, turns on a dime and says, "We still got this goal." Oh my god. But no,
That's
you're
a
not wrong.
great touch.
Normally we get a staggered look, right? We go from novice to pro, like one little step. Tonight we're going from academy. We're missing novice because their third was an FF, and now pro. We're going to get 2 pro series tonight. We're going to get their second and third matchup here. Savage unable to get back there in time and clear that away. But holy cow. I mean, Ale having the wherewithal, the presence of mind from inside the goal to turn around and say, hey, no beans, but I can still take the angle. That requires a lot of confidence in one's ability that you just might not see in academy. Nero pops it deep and high. Ale, not a lot of boost, struggling to maintain something in the tank here. Mojimo elevates, can't get it through Savage Gnome. Oh, Savage on the way down is able to make contact again. Ale might be able to look for a center pass. No, Savage, you were too closest to. What are we doing?
Yeah, they're a little bit clumped up there, not able to get a play generator there, but it was definitely a good idea. As we see Joystick get a nice little touch in the corner there. Merrill elevates it over Nero, trying to get another play going out. Mojimo stops Savage at the halfway line. Once again, clears down mid. Merrill trying to contain that for offensive pressure. Not able to get that double, but Savage with his amazing speed, able to get a 50 going on their goal line. Nice back pass from Savage. Merrill tries to drill it in the net, just hits the crossbar. As we see Ale get another 50 at the goal line. It's just a lot of back and forth, boss. There's times where New Orleans is entirely smothering crap, I forgot. The Atlanta Aces, and Atlanta Aces are going to do the same in New Orleans here in about a minute. It's a very close game here.
It really is, but Joystick, deep touch, Nero not taking the risk. That's going to drop in, and now New Orleans finds itself at a 1-goal deficit. 22 seconds. There's still a lot of time left to be played in Rocket League, but it's going to require a tremendous level of rise, a tremendous rise in ability, talent, and playmaking here, because Atlanta does not want to let New Orleans take even one game. They are fighting everything tooth and nail out of the midfield. And what a save by Mojimo to put it back into the corner. Zom takes a second touch here. No, the pass to Savage was a little behind and leaves Savage with a lot to be desired. Even though that bounces in the corner, Ale, I don't know if they're going to be able to outlet that well enough. That's swatted away, and Atlanta takes game number 1 here in a best-of-5 series.
Very close series, or I keep saying series. Very close game. Kind of looking at the board here. I know you talked about it a little bit with them, but we have New Orleans at number 2 for the entire tier, and then we have the Atlanta Aces at number 10. Pretty decent jump in points level by CSA standards, but Atlanta Aces seem to be putting up a really good fight against New Orleans here.
They really are, but the problem is that you can't. We really can't be excited for New Orleans right now, right? We're talking about a team that should be substantially greater because of their ranking than what they're playing right now. Last time, professional, making all the way to the finals, and now in what's the second series in the group stage, they're being given the business by Atlanta. I know they lost by a goal, but I'm sorry, brother. I got a lot of expectations for a team that was super confident going into the series. I need to see a little more out of them, see a little bit faster pace of play. Oh my God, they need some better boost of maintenance. There was quite a few times we saw 2 or 3 members of New Orleans just gasping, looking like SpongeBob looking for water.
Yeah, they definitely seem to let a lot in from mistakes that shouldn't be happening at this level. But they have been doing well during this back end of the season and in the first major. So I would hope they're able to figure out those mistakes, recuperate, and be able to give us a better look this game. As we see Mojima try to take it out their corner, Ale with a really good 50 to keep it on their half. Merrill coming in with another 50 opportunity, wins that, able to control it, try to get it past Smith, but Nero able to clear it out a bit. AL getting bumped in the back third. Nice little touch out. Joystick with the clear to Mojimo, maybe pop it out mid for another teammate. AL with a really good demo to stop that offensive pressure. So an outlet from Savage to AL. The possible shot from Merrill. Man, they're not able to capitalize on those shots. That was a really good play. They seem to be able to drill that in the net, even though it definitely was a hard shot considering there were 3 aces in the goal.
Well, and I will say, yes, I want to see more goals coming out of New Orleans side, but that's the kind of play I'm looking for. There was a lot of momentum, a lot of solid awareness of where your teammates are going to be. Ale had an incredible half volley pinch off the ground to get the ball right off the backboard. Yes, if they would have slotted that would have been an incredible team play, but it was a great set of passing nonetheless, and I just want to see a little more of that going forward here as Mojimo quad touches it off the sidewall and lands into it again. Bit of a miscue from Atlanta, but it's opened up an offensive possibility here for Atlanta. Savage launches off the backboard, a little bit awkward. Mojimo has the ball, has possession, looking to pass the center for Nero. Nero takes the touch, and Savage is going to redirect it back to the sidewall here. Ale elevates, starts the carry, leaves it for his teammate. Zom puts that on target. I didn't really think there was going to be that many players sitting midfield, but Atlanta had 2 up on the midline and allowed a pretty simple goal.
I mean, that's sometimes what it takes. You realizing that nobody's back and trying to open up a spot for your teammates to be able to get those easy shots in. It's not always, doesn't always have to be, a triple flip reset, YY fakie no scope. You just gotta be able to hit the shots that matter.
Every play should be a quad flip reset. We're in pro. Let's see it. We saw a flip reset in Academy.
I feel like at the higher level of play, it is trying to just take advantage and be able to do things so you don't have to overwork yourself. As we see Joystick take this in the corner of New Orleans, Merrill with a really good 50 in the corner. Mojimo trying to take control, get under the ball, try to get a play going, but Ale's able to stop in its tracks with a really good clear. Joystick with another clear out to Savage. Savage trying to take a possible shot. Merrill was trying to get there, but Mojimo able to get the stop, and nobody is back for New Orleans. It's once again just letting simple shots going from both sides, where literally just nobody was back, and he was able to touch that into the net uncontested.
Well, and that's the wild thing, right? We're talking about players who realistically should have some incredible pace. They should have some incredible understanding of where they need to be. And now we've seen 2 goals where I don't know if I want to say it was just mechanic over defense. I want to say it was just more opportunity shot over empty field. You know what I mean? Like so like somebody being in the miss rotation and there's just being an open net opportunity where it probably shouldn't have been an available shot, but it became one.
Yeah, it just seems like they were so focused on offense that they just kind of lost where they needed to be on defense. And unfortunately that, can kill you in series like this. As you see Merrill try to get a touch out. Oh, what a pinch. That was on net. That would have gone in. Nice pop up, maybe a possible shot opportunity coming out. Nero was able to get that touch, very great save, but I'm sorry. I was waiting for that goal because once again, New Orleans had nobody back. Aces could have capitalized on another goal there. As we see Merrill get a nice touch out to no mid. No, I'm trying to control that to the wall, but it has no boost, so he's going to opt to get boost instead. And just missed that ball for a possible pass opportunity for New Orleans. Nero gets a nice clear. Merrill getting that back on the offense for New Orleans and not able to cinch that shot. Just a little bit tight. Man, it's just, once again, a whole lot of back and forth this series, boss.
Sorry, I'm messing with the audio, trying to get the in-game audio in. I completely forgot that because I had it muted that it wasn't coming in at all. But no, I've got that fixed. It should be fine now. Nope, still not coming in because that's great. I love that a lot, actually. I love that so much. I'll fix that some other time. Anywho, that ball is launched. 20 seconds left to be played. Joystick had the opportunity of the game for sure to steal game 2. Savage putting that on target. Nero Pushes it all the way across the pitch. That's a dangerous spot. Oh, no, Mojimo. Oh, no. That's going to be probably the dagger here in game 2 for this professional series. I really thought Joystick put that outside the reach of Mojimo, but Mojimo was able to get back to the ball and just do what a Mojimo does. Redirects it in, and with 7 seconds left, I am very scared for New Orleans. That's it. That's game 2's in the books. Never mind.
Yeah, there's that third man positioning is what's killing them. Like, they're letting shots that realistically shouldn't go in, and just because they're playing too high up. Hopefully we can see it get fixed. Worst case scenario, they won their first series. If they can't get it fixed this series, they fix it for the next one. Yeah, I'll just put faith in my team to be able to fix that mistake themselves currently. And if not, maybe have a little chat with them between series.
That hurts, dog. That hurts a lot, actually.
It hurts for us, but it's, kudos to Aces for being able to take advantage of it. I can't knock anything that they're doing, because if they weren't able to, I can't think of the word, convert on those, then this would be an entirely different series.
Well, we're getting kickoff here for game 3. Savage and Joystick splitting that very well. Zoe already up. Mojimo tries to get behind the ball, looking for a flick center. Savage opts to pop it high, and Ale is able to outlet this pretty far. Savage, that's going to be a little too high. Oh, dangerous spot for Joystick. Savage is now going to put it back off the backboard again. Ale looking to drop it down, but can't quite get back to the ball. Dangerous spot for Atlanta. Opportunity for New Orleans. Ends up coming back with a waste. We are still 0-0, 30 seconds having been elapsed. And Dondo, we saw a lot of success out of the Academy team from what we witnessed. I'm very, very nervous for New Orleans. They had a lot of confidence in the series coming in, and they kind of got the Mike Tyson mouth punch early on.
Yeah, sometimes going in with too much confidence can be, give you the reverse effect. So hopefully they're able to keep their head on their shoulders and convert this. Otherwise, Atlanta is able to get a series off a really good team, and once it's good for them to be able to convert on those opportunities that they are messing up, because not everybody's going to play 100% all the time or play their best all the time. So take advantage of it while it's hot, right?
For sure. Nero popping it back out. Ale trying to get some offense going for New Orleans. Puts that high and off the backboard, but that's going to be cleared away. Atlanta not wanting any passing plays to potentially develop, so they are meeting that high and very quickly. Zom, no, never mind. Once again, Atlanta's no-fly zone is coming into fruition. Savage gets a little bit of a pop here. Missed touch by Mojimo. Nero, though, able to split the 50 and keep that out of their own net. Joy able to cut Zom with a bit of a dribble there, but was completely eliminated from the pitch. Zom drops it down into Savage. Savage loses the 50 here, so Joy is going to take control. Ale follows, gets the pop over one. Looking for the follow. No, it's cleared away. And with 3 minutes left to be played, Don, there's a lot of Rocket League action left, but we got to see a New Orleans goal here pretty shortly.
I would hope so. It seems like they might be playing a little bit more patient, which will ease up on their offensive pressure a bit. But hopefully they're able to convert one of these and keep that defense the way it has been, to be able to get this next series win, as we see Savage with a nice shot being able to get cleared by Mojimo. Ale, good 50. As we see Narrow trade control along the wall. Nice little 50 demo there. Mojimo taking control. Merrill cuts that off as Savage is going to try to get an outlet pass and or shot. Savage gets a nice little whiff there. Ale elevates it over Nero, but he's able to convert that and keep it going forward, as we see Merrill with a really good demo coming out. Savage with the shot, just unfortunately not able to get enough power on that, as Joystick was able to get a really good save on that goal line as last back. Once again, boss, just they're losing a little bit of their offensive pressure, because I feel like they're trying to play a little bit more defensively in comparison to last games, but they have been doing really well here, but they're just not able to convert on those easy shots, like right there. So I don't know what's better for this team right now.
I'm not really sure. It's a lot of it, I think, is just general rotation, and they're just generally being caught in the wrong spot here. I'm trying to also do this tweak with the audio again. but they're generally being caught in the wrong spot. They're getting some rotations kind of in an awkward way, and they're not maintaining nearly enough boost. I mean, they are really struggling to maintain a proper amount of boost on the pitch. I hate, especially when I'm looking at a Pro Series player, and I see Savage sitting with less than 30. Ale is dropping well into the 20s and lower. I mean, I'm seeing people literally just begging for drops. And you can't do that. You're not going to win. You're going to win by maintaining boost and positioning. You're going to win by being able to play faster and get into rotations quicker than your opponents. And I think that's what's killing New Orleans right now, is they just can't dive back into the action. Mojo.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just agreeing with you. Sorry.
No, you're... Joystick splits the 50. Savage in a very favorable spot as Ale puts that down to them. Ale went to go for the shot themselves. Instead, Zom is going to try and clear this out. Looking for the follow. Gets the win on the touch here. Savage puts that on target. All three of Atlanta were sitting right in the way of that shot. No chance for that to make it through. Mojimo dropping it down. Savage intercepts the pass. Zom takes it off the sidewall again, underneath the ball, pops it a little bit higher, but Nero has control. Two-man for New Orleans, too far back. Is going to be caught out of position here. Ale gets a bit of a push. Mojimo tries to keep this out of their range. That is going to be very dangerous and very... Oh, there it is. There's the dagger. The series in the books. New Orleans swept here in series number 2 for Pro.
Yeah, I mean, they have a little bit of time before their next match, so hopefully they can discuss where things went wrong. Take those mistakes and work on them for this next series going forward, as they are going against... Let me see. They're going to be going against Baltimore Boxers for this third series.
The Baltimore Boxers. Pineapple, I turned down the music in the background. How's that sounding now? Dope.
Let me go ahead and talk to the professional boys real quick and get that situated. I'm not sure if I want that on stream or not, but I'll go ahead and talk to him real quick.
Alrighty, broski. I will probably just pop into a training and just kill some time.
Alrighty, be right back.
Pineapple, it's been all over the place tonight. We've had a fantastic series from Academy where they were able to pull out what will likely be a 3-2 win, but there is a bit of rules lawyering that has to be involved now due to a discrepancy through what would have been game 3. And then on the other hand, we've got, Pro. Pro, unfortunately, as you witnessed, just finished out the way it did. As we wait to see what the third series for Pro is going to look like, Nero, my boy, you played fantastic. Just want to point that out before you say anything there, brother. I keep forgetting I'm on a delay for Twitch. Nero, I see your post. What'd you say there, brother? Maybe it's just faster to type. Hopefully I'm coming through audio-wise. And he's back.
They kind of already knew before I went in there, hence why I didn't jump in mid-series. So they got a good head on the shoulders. They're all fine. So we shall see how they go coming into this next series. They've been slowly progressing up the ladder. Toronto being a little bit lower than Aces, Aces being a little bit lower than the Boxers on the team standing sheet. So we shall see how they proceed going into this next match.
Well, and I think especially if they want to beat this Baltimore Boxers team, they probably did. They probably needed to get popped in the mouth a little bit, reminded, hey, we're still playing Rocket League. Anything can happen. Got to take every game seriously. I was really hopeful that their confidence was going to be great, but there's a good chance that that might have been part of the reason why they struggled was they were a little overconfident.
Yeah, they were really aggressive on offense the first couple games, and they're a little bit too passive on that last game. They just need to find a good middle ground.
Oh man, Nero, did you come to watch this pro team after beating them, or what's going on? Oh man. So wait, how long do we have, Dondo, before they?
It should be in a minute. It looks like, for some events, I'm not sure exactly what came out of what happened, but it seems like our academy team is playing that match again.
Well,
Or wait,
like I told the
well,
viewers earlier, what realistically should have happened is the same way that RSC and MLE both handle it. It's a, hey, this match is going to be called into contest, but we're going to finish it out. We play the match, and then as soon as we're done, we can, continue on as if we would have lost, and we play out a full 6-game series and call it good.
yeah.
Or however long it would take before San Diego wins again, effectively.
Yeah, I got a little bit more of the story, so I'm not 100% sure about what happened. Obviously, because I wasn't there. But something else that happened that was kind of BS, which I think they actually might be playing, was because of that mess up and because of all the craziness, um, the Buffalo team said, "Oh, it's past 15 minutes of 7:30. Yeah, we just have to forfeit that." But that shouldn't be a thing in group stages.
No,
So
not at all. And we're only playing 3, right?
Academy's only playing 2, so it was even worse.
Oh my god.
So I believe that's the series they're playing out now.
Is the Buffalo one?
Yes.
Okay. No, that especially if they have to replay a match to really just figure out rules lawyering, get it done, get out of the way. We can't be calling forfeits on that. That's got to be.
Wait, hold on. Actually, because the Academy one's set up a little bit differently, they played out the San Diego match that happened afterwards, and they're playing the third one now with New Orleans because there's only 3 people per group, and in the Academy since there's a little bit less teams.
Gotcha. I don't know, man. I really want to avoid forfeits, especially when a league's getting started. Like, just if your team can be there, if your opponents are going to be there, just let it go. Just play it off. Just play it out. Let it happen.
Agreed, especially in group stages of the major like this. We keep getting this message that this stream is featured on Backpost, but Backpost is not live.
Well, I got told to put that in the stream, and I did. I was a good noodle.
They 3-0'd Pineapple.
No, they got 3-0'd, Dondo.
No, he asked how they did in the first series, boss.
Oh,
If you
oh.
read the Twitch chat,
My fucking apologies.
if Nero's asking if this is my team, yes, it is. It is. I'm the GM of New Orleans.
I know. What a lame GM.
I know LGM.
LGM. Stinky. Very stinky.
Unless he was asking pineapple, which he just answered. So, regardless, he has two answers for his possible question.
Ah.
So the boxes are in, and it looks like they're ready to start. As we see Zava C01E01. I'm just gonna call him
Are
C.
we missing a
M
player?
Plasma. Uh, thought Noma's in here. Noma's. Oh wait, we're missing a player.
You are missing a player. Uh
Well, it's happening again.
So are we backing out then remaking?
What is happening?
I don't know why they keep playing. Like,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they thought was happening.
I don't
But
know either, and I don't know why they just like I don't know, man. Like you can tell your opponents only have 2 players. Hold on, what are we doing? Can we have some can we have some class, please?
yeah, we have some common sense, at least. Like, hey, two players joined, and then obviously they left the match, so something was happening. I don't think anything needs to be inferred there.
I figured that would have been pretty straightforward. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I figured that would have been pretty straightforward.
Pineapple, how the group stage is working is you have to be in the top 2 of your group to make it to playoffs next season, to next Sunday, to be in the playoffs for Major 2.
Brother, did you almost say next season?
I almost said next season.
That would be bonk. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know you won all of your matches this season, but because you clearly didn't win anything last season, sucks to be you, brother. That'd be so bonk. Oh God. All right. I see 3 players from both sides. I hit spectating. I think we're good to go.
I think we're good to go. All right, now we can finally get back into this.
We finally get into the second series for professional C. I'm just calling him CE, and I'm just moving on. CE. Oh, can't quite get the touch here. Ale, the player who couldn't get his game working the first time, scores goal number 1 here. What did I... He did not just say remake.
um,
Bruh.
let's look at Sorry, well, you said CE. Oh, after the goal was scored, I thought it was so funny.
Oh my God.
As we see AO coming up with a possible pass opportunity here. CO is able to stop that at the backboard. Plasma getting a nice little clear out. CO trying to get control of it, just hit it a little bit too far away. Merrill taking control up the wall here. Zava able to contest that. L on the back line, get a nice clear to the corner. Savage going to try to corral that and just not able to get a touch on the ball. Ale clearing it out. Possible passing play here. Ale not able to control that. Maryland Savage double commit as Plas was able to get a touch out to the midfield. Ale a little bit too fast. Just went straight over the ball. Merrill trying to be a little bit more controlled here since he's last back. We're definitely, it seems like they're playing a lot better than the last series, boss. I'll tell you that.
They're definitely playing a lot more even keel. I wonder, though, how the mental is working for Baltimore here with game 1 being called into a remake after they probably thought they deserved that opening goal, even though the opponents only had 2 players. We'll see, though, how this series develops. how Baltimore is going to respond and react and play through that little bit of adversity. But with the way New Orleans is playing, they're playing a little bit more ball control. They're diving into the action a lot faster. I think they're going to be able to play a bit more New Orleans ball than anything else.
Agreed. As we see Merrill try to get a nice touch back three, not able to. Zava not able to control that. CO with a nice shot off of Zava's touch there.
That's a
Sorry,
zero.
that was conjumbled. It looks like a 0.
It is a 0. You said CO. That's C0, sir.
People say
C0.
I do not care. It's a circle. C circle.
C circle. I can get behind that.
All right, C circle. As we see Plasma try to beat Savage there. No, you got me off track. Ale controlling into the corner here, trying to take it a little bit of time. Get a nice little touch. Is he going to try to control that for a second touch? Oh, nice touch, but C circle able to get a really good goal line save there. Savage trying to pass that back to his teammate. Ale elevates, trying to do something with the ball here, get it over Plasma, but it gets 50'd. Savage trying to give a little bit of time, just booms that to their side. Nobody there on the New Orleans side to try to get a 50 there as Merrill takes that to the net. C circle controlling it onto the wall. Ale there though with a really good touch. I hate having to keep saying it, but they definitely seem to be playing a lot better. Similar to our last series, though, it seems like there's a lot of back and forth. There's no team absolutely dominating, and there's no team that is just, keeling over and letting the other team take advantage.
Speaking of advantage, New Orleans tries to press the advantage with a 2-on-1 option, but it's cleared away. Zava takes the shot, tries to push the angle to the back post, but that's going to be cleared away by Ale with ease. C circle, pops it up. Savage has the read. That's off backboard here. Zava putting it to Zom. Oh, if Gnome can get back to that. No, Gnome could not turn and get back to the action in time and put that away. I'm sorry, Dondo. That was our best opportunity for a goal number 2 here, and we just didn't quite have enough boost to get back into the action.
Yeah, and I mean, we even had another opportunity there, but Merrill seemed to be playing the touch rather than the ball there, as we see Zava just take advantage of the awkwardness that was back on defense for New Orleans. It's
Merrill.
As we're going back in. No, go ahead.
I was going to say Merrill, C circle, taking the 50 here. Plasma. Oh, Ale has the opportunity to put that on target, but with no power behind it. He is not built for tough. That was Wet Noodle personified. That's going to be cleared away. Savage, underneath the ball, has control, tries to get the flick over Plasma, but Plasma gets the touch, which allows the Boxers to clear that away. Ale still up. He's going to leave it for Savage. Savage putting it on target. That's going to be goal number 2 here as New Orleans equalizes the series.
I'm not sure if that was a little bit of misdirection or what happened, but we had a couple New Orleans players up, but Savage was able to get the good angle on that ball for that really tight goal. As we see
FGR.
Zava. What is FGR? I have no clue.
I don't know what that means, but I think they're calling for a remake for sure. So after this series, I guess they want a remake. One of their players has been experiencing some fairly high ping all game.
Yeah, it seems like one of them. Oh, we're so busy talking about ping, but AO was able to drill a shot in here. Let me see what happened. Okay, we got a really good touch. Oh, never mind. It's Skip.
Get wrecked,
we had a
nerd.
really good touch from Merrill. I would assume AO able to get that into the net. New Orleans up 1-3-2 in the series with 20 seconds left. As long as they play solid Rocket League, they should be able to stop this Boxers team from going. As we see a really good shot coming out from Merrill, keeping Boxers on their toes in this last 10 seconds of Rocket League. L being a little bit patient, trying to let the Boxers do what they had to do, but AO with a really good clear out, able to give them a little bit of time. As we see, we're going for a remake here. Hopefully, this will be the last remake of the series.
No. We'll remake after every game. That's the game plan, Dondo.
Okay,
every game, there's a remake. Oh, crap. Is that today? I'm going to have to stop watching this to go watch the Pacers game. Bro, did you not see Halliburton in his shot I'm just saying.
Awesome.
I want to go see game number 2. Well, these guys need to hurry up. Well, game 2 is going to be getting underway here shortly. Savage Gnome. Hopefully, we'll be getting a great kickoff for New Orleans as we're looking to take game 2 and potentially a very solid start in the series. Ale has the pop. Looking to elevate it over C Circle, but C Circle has the read. Second touch there, tries to play it a little bit slower. Popped high, Merrill elevates, looking for off the sidewall touch here. That's going to be a little bit wide of the goal, but possibly could have set up a New Orleans player here. Ale pops at center, Plasma pushing it out a little bit further away from their own goal. Savage, New Orleans trying to push the advantage, putting it back into the corner here. A catch by Savage. 63 in the tank when they start this air carry. They get past 1. Can they get it past 2? No! C Circle clears that away, and it's still going to stay 0-0.
Definitely a lot more control coming up from the New Orleans side here. As we see Zava get a really nice touch going to the New Orleans half. Merrill trying to control in the corner. Hits it a little bit high, but there's no boxers there to really challenge that ball yet. As we see Zava get another touch mid for Plasma with a possible shot opportunity. And it goes in off the crossbar, off of Plasma. That is, I'm not sure if he planned that necessarily, but way to be able to control that, to be able to get that shot to go in. 0-1 New Orleans. See Ale on the kickoff here. I'll go ahead and continue. It's fine.
My apologies.
No, you're fine. You're fine. See Circle trying to get a touch. Ale with a really good 50 there. We got Merrill going in for a possible double touch opportunity. Zava was able to get a really good read there and able to clear that out for the boxers. As we see Ale get another possible pass opportunity. Merrill pushing the ball in the boxers goal line there. Plasma with the semi-okay touch going off that backboard. Zava trying to control a wall, but Gnome is able to corral that ball to the wall. Plasma with a possible pass to Zava going off New Orleans back wall. Ale able to get a good 50 there. Merrill controlling up the wall, maybe trying to get a nice look to Gnome. Just wasn't able to get there, as C Circle was able to get a really good defensive touch on that. It's wait, I was about to. I don't know, boss. What do you think?
I think it's going to be difficult for this New Orleans team to get the ball through such a stifling defense. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if maybe there just needs to be a little bit more bumping or demos, but this Baltimore team really does not want to let anything be placed on target, and even if it is, there's 2 or 3 defenders waiting on that back line to clear it away. So New Orleans is going to have to find a way to create their own spacing. That's going to have to be a second touch. That's going to have to be maybe looking for a double tap, a bump, a demo, something. Open up the scoring lanes for sure. Merrill pushes it over to the sidewall here. Zava's going to take a self-pass off the sidewall, fakes the first touch, waits for the flip, tries to pop it over 1, but can't quite get there. It's going to be high in center. Merrill tries to keep this play out of position. Savage has the ball, has 100 beans, able to pop it over 1, but C Circle is there. Merrill putting it over to Ale. Ale takes the pop. Not a lot of boost to follow, so Savage is going to dive into the action here. Off the corner, Merrill looking to pass at center. Nobody's there for the pass. That could have possibly been a shot on target, but a second man established in the middle of the pitch probably could have slotted that for them.
Yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of offensive opportunities coming out, but New Orleans does not have somebody there to corral the ball into the net, get that extra touch needed to get the ball into the net, whatever they need to do to get that offensive pressure back. Because, like, the offensive pressure from the first game was really good. It's just it was at the cost of their defense. So they once again just need to find that balance between their pretty decent pretty decent sounds awful, from their good defense to defense this game, and be able to convert their acceptable defense and convert the offensive chances they have been getting into possible goals. As we see a wide open net from the boxers, they're just a little bit slow.
Why? I'm sorry. Was there a boxers defender there that I couldn't see? Was John Cena on the back line?
I cannot tell you. As we see a really good touch coming out from Savage there. Gnome is trying to keep that into their half as well. I mean, they're keeping that pressure up Oh, nice demo.
They
Possible
are
pass
getting the demos.
opportunity. Ale. No, it's just once again it just kind of keeps dying. They get really good touches, but it just dies before they're able to get a shot on target a lot of the time.
Well, and that's the thing.
Ooh,
They're getting the great touch. They're getting the ball into position, but then nobody's there for the follow. That time,
yeah.
Ale in position was unable to get it past C circle. Savage opts to put it back into the corner here. Merrill has no beans, has to back up a little bit here. Can't quite elevate. That's the dagger. A 2-goal lead here with 6 seconds left to be played. And game number 2 is going to go in favor of Atlanta. Or Baltimore. Baltimore. God.
Yeah, too many games, too many team
series.
names. Yeah.
I'm still glad we got Academy on stream.
Yeah, that was fun. So 1-1 for the series so far. Best of 5. Once again, New Orleans just needs to have that second man presence, and I feel like they can convert a lot of those offensive opportunities that seem to die this game.
Well, we'll see as I ready up here. Both teams are ready to rock and roll. Game 3 on the cusp. I don't know why it says... Oh, yeah, we did win game 1 barely. Well, game 3 is going to be getting underway here. Ale is hopefully going to lead us off here. Maybe drop it back. Maybe they'll go for a Spanish kickoff. Not quite sure. Ale and Zava split the 50. Plasma pushing tempo immediately. Savage with that bump, able to use the momentum to elevate quickly, but it's going to be dropped to Merrill as Savage can't quite get back to the ball. Merrill drops it back for Ale. No, it's just a little too early and a little too wide of the goal.
Really good opportunity there. Definitely seems they got that second man positioning a little bit better in the first 30 seconds of this game. Let's hope they can keep it up. As we see Plasma going for a possible double. When not able to get there, as Merrill's able to clear that out. Zava with Savage with the demo on Zava. That confused me for a second. Ale last man back. Hopefully he can get a possible defensive stop here. Able to stall him enough so Savage could get back. Savage with trying to get a possible 50, but a lot of the boxers opting to let him go through, and Ale's able to slip in and get a really nice shot in the bottom right corner.
Am I tripping, or did Savage literally just part the sea and then box somebody out for a goal?
It seemed like it. They just kind of let him walk through, and maybe they didn't expect anything to come out that corner, but Ale was able to slip in with another shot opportunity, but Zava was there to get that save. Savage with the pressure, thought maybe he can catch them going too fast on that back post, but they were able to slow down and get that save. Plasma, good control in the corner with the pass out to C circle, just not strong enough. Zava, possible pass out mid to C circle again. No, I'm trying to get a 50 there. Wasn't able to get there. Ale, nice clear out with Plasma hitting it back to their corner. C circle, maybe trying to get a touch there, but Merrill able to get that touch again. Possible shot opportunity here. Ooh, really good defense coming up from Ale there. Savage with the possible clear. And no, they're just frantic. Hello? They both were on back wall, and I think they both hesitated. I don't know exactly what happened there.
They both hesitated. They both dived right back into the dove. They both dove right back into the action. Neither able to make contact here, so it's a bit of a dangerous spot. New Orleans is now tied up 1-1. You got to know that New Orleans, with this series, can't drop this game. Game 1 was very, very solid. Ooh. What a demo! Ale opening up the easiest goal of the night. I mean, I swear you could probably drive a Boeing 737 through that gap.
Oh, yeah. That was really good demo to open up that net. Kind of like we were talking about earlier. Demos, bumps, whatever they need to do to open that field up to get those opportunities. As we see C Circle getting a possible touch off back wall, just wasn't able to get there. Gnome controlling that to wall as we see Plasma try to pinch that, but was able to get a nice control touch there. Ale upfield, maybe get a redirect in. It just was a little bit slow to that. Zava, amazing flick to the New Orleans corner. Merrill, a little bit too quick to that ball as we see a wide open net for New Orleans again. It seems just a little bit frantic coming out from New Orleans on defense on those past couple goals. But a boxer able to capitalize on it. Um, you know, I can't think of what I was trying to say, but the Boxers were able to capitalize on it.
New Orleans double committed out of the midfield, left Merrill in a bit of a miscue. Plasma tries to get over Savage. Savage had no want or need to let that go through. Musty flick from Plasma to try and generate some distance between the ball and the goal, but nonetheless, Zava is going to have to try and get one more touch. Plasma pushing it out down the pitch. Zom dropping it to Ale. Ale looking for the outlet pass, probably back to Savage here. Ooh, awkward spot for Merrill. Merrill looking to pinch it down into Zava. Misses the touch here, so Plasma's going to take control. Plasma wins a 50. Gets it past 2. Looking for a pass center, but that's going to be cut out by Merrill. This New Orleans team looks to be finding their footing on defense. But boy, oh boy, I would just love to see some of the more magnanimous offensive plays we saw earlier on in the game.
Yeah, it seems like the couple of those plays that they were getting were dying out. It seems like they've calmed down a little bit on defense these last couple of possessions, as they were caught out once again. Ale gets a clear straight to the other team. Noam was trying to get his bearings and circle back around, but the Plasma was able to take advantage of that and drill it top right corner. Just a little bit more control needs to come, a little bit more finesse on defense. I feel like needs to come out from New Orleans. Seems like they're just giving up a lot of goals that shouldn't be given up.
Merrill takes the pop, looking to follow, splits the 50 through 1. Zava putting it back into the corner here. Savage, bit of a miscue. Ale puts it high and off the corner, so it's going to be floating center. Merrill looking to try and slot that away. That's going to be deflected straight up to the ceiling. Plasma pushes it straight down the pitch, but Zava quickly elevated and cleared that all the way down. No chance possible to be put on their own net. Ale looking to outlet here. Savage can't quite beat Plasma to the ball, so Plasma's going to be looking for that double. That's past center, outed by C Circle. 40 seconds left to be played, Dondo, and with every second passing by, there's just more and more pressure being applied to New Orleans, knowing that if they don't score here, Game 3 is going to go in favor of Baltimore.
Yeah, we saw how good they could be on offense. They just need to find their groove again. As we see a nice little outlet pass from Merrill, so Savage can drill that top right corner. Once again, it's been back and forth. Once it clicks for both teams. It's just, can they keep that momentum up? With 20 seconds left, is it going to go to OT, or are they going to be able to get another shot opportunity to cinch this match off? As we see Merrill be a little bit too fast, trying to get that off a corner. Ale able to stop Zappa from scoring that. Ale with a nice little touch out, and I think they just need to try to stall this as much as they can. Or maybe
no, take the opportunity, go for it. Push the tempo. when you get a one last opportunity before overtime, you gotta take it. You gotta play the chance. Merrill pushing it all the way to Plasma. Plasma is looking to catch and play possession. Gets it past 2. Merrill takes control, fakes the pinch, pops it over his own teammate. Just drop back to Savage. Savage and Ale, in a bit of a miscue, are both playing off of each other here in an awkward spot. Savage gets a very favorable roll. Can't quite beat Zava to the ball. Zava's off the ceiling here. Oh, dangerous spot. Can Savage turn? Yes. Savage collects the 100. Plays a little bit slower. Tries to split the 50. Once again, Dondo, this New Orleans team is struggling to get off their back third.
Yeah, it just seems they're trying to get it. They're trying to clear it too quickly, and
Damn.
They keep trying to touch it. They touch it to the other team, and then they're able to capitalize on it. Looks like Ale might be switching cars. New Orleans has to find the rhythm on defense. That's what's killing them these past couple series.
Well, Ale's already back, so we'll see what they swap to. New Orleans has now moved into do or die territory. Next match or next game could end this match for them. And then with that being said, I believe we are 3 or so minutes away from Superstar, right?
Yes. So worst case, we do this one, then switch over to Superstar, or what do you think?
Oh, yeah. We'll finish out this one, let the series come to an end, and then we'll jump into Superstar. And if it's a little bit later, it is what it is. We missed the first game. It happens. It is what it is. Merrill tries to elevate and clear it away from Plasma, but can't quite get the touch here. Ale setting up pitch a little bit. Savage is going to put that off the sidewall. Ooh, dangerous spot here. Zava tried to play pace, redirected it back a little bit past the midline. Plasma misses the touch here. Shot off target, so Ale's going to be up pitch in an awkward spot here. Sava tries the wave dash dribble. That is disgusting that's even a thought process. Oh my god.
As we see Merrill elevate it, try to get it out mid for a possible pass opportunity here. Nice touch, but C Circle's able to get a demo on AO, which I would assume would be the second man in that situation. Hits it out mid for C Circle. Gnome controlling it to the corner. Maybe try to get a possible clear opportunity. As we see Merrill with the speed, just not able to get it far enough behind Zava as he's able to corral that, get it off a corner, and continue that forward for the Boxers' offensive possession there. Plasma trying to control in corner. Gets it past 1, 2. Merrill able to get that save on the goal line, taking a little bit of control, looking for Ale, but once again, Ale gets demoed when he's trying to support the person on ball. Ale with a really good clear, but C Circle is back for that. Ale, good clear opportunity. Plasma panicking a little bit in that corner. Merrill gets 1 touch, 2 touch out mid possibly. Gnome, pass play if somebody's there. Ale, and it wouldn't have gone in, but it still was a little bit weird.
I don't know. That might have gone in, Dondo. That might have been Bardowski.
It might have been.
I'm going to have to watch this replay now.
Maybe Savage was trying to redirect it into the net. I couldn't tell you.
Plasma.
Merrill.
Oops, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh.
No, you go ahead.
Plasma popped it up deep. Savage, awkward spot here. Ale has to dive back into the action. That pop high. Merrill's getting bullied by C Circle, so Ale's going to take control. Not a lot of beans in the tank. Thankfully, it didn't look like the opposite team understood that. Ooh, dropping down to Ale. Ale opts to take this high pop. It's going to be off the backboard. Plasma has the read, clears it away. Savage brings the ball back into action. Zava putting it into the corner. And Merrill, once again, is going to be dropping this high into the waterfall off the ceiling. Savage elevates. It's underneath the ball. No, C Circle's not even going to let that develop. That's a dangerous spot. Can Ale come back to it? Yes. Ale, who had crept up from back post to near post, opted to play a little bit further forward, was somehow able to about face, get to the ball, and clear that away. What a pass! Dang. What a shot! Merrill slotting goal number 1 here in favor of New Orleans.
There's that control touch. Gnome was able to get a really good flip reset pass over to Merrill. Was able to get a top right corner. As we see on this kickoff, Gnome, or let me just not even go back that far back. Ale controlled it up the wall. Hit it a little bit too far away from himself, not able to control that. Merrill with incredible speed with a nice shot on net, but C Circle was back to be able to get that save. Good pass opportunity coming out from Savage there, but the Boxers are all over it on defense. As we see Gnome try to get another touch, just dies on that wall there. Merrill maybe trying to get back to that. Good clear from Plasma as Ale puts it back into the Boxers' corner. Plasma controlling it. As we see New Orleans a little bit awkward on defense there. Merrill really good 50 as Ale cuts that off coming from C Circle. Gnome, another possible pass opportunity, but nobody there mid. AO going to take control possibly. Savage looking for a demo. Slowed him down a bit, but just wasn't able to get that shot on target from that tight angle. I don't know about you, boss, but this New Orleans team seems to be doing a little bit better on their offensive possessions than me.
Very much so. I mean, we did talk about this team is in do or die mode. They're currently down 2-1 in a best of 5. Any loss here immediately ends the series and ends their night of Rocket League playing. I'm not exactly familiar with how the group stages are supposed to play out after the 3rd round of group stages, but what I do know is that New Orleans, with a sweep in the first series and a getting swept in the second series for this professional team, this is a dangerous spot to find yourself in, where every game really matters for seeding. So we really want to see how New Orleans is going to play out with the last 14 seconds, and hopefully how a Game 5 is going to play out. Ale splitting the 50. Merrill pushes pace. Ale opts to push that up and high. They're going to leave it for Gnome. Gnome chooses not to touch it. This is a dangerous spot. No! C-Circle with the redirect.
1 second, boss.
Why didn't he touch it? Why didn't he touch it? Why did... Oh, Gnome had the opportunity to touch it and just deflect it. Maybe push it to the corner. Something. Oh, it's a dangerous spot. It's currently all zeros. It's overtime. Next goal wins and can decide the series. Zava dropping it right into the ground here. Plasma, Gnome, split the 50. Favorable for New Orleans as Merrill has the ball and a lot of boost in the tank. Tries to get it over one. Opts to demo the goal keep. Plasma pushes it over to the corner. Savage collects the 100. Takes a turbo flick pass to Ale. Ooh, favorable waterfall down. Savage might be able to get this centered. No, they backed off the play. And with 25 seconds already played, Dondo, I'm very, very nervous.
Yeah, that buzzer beater goal is definitely a morale killer when it comes to Rocket League. But hopefully they're able to recoup, keep their momentum that they did have, and progress as we see a possible shot opportunity. And it is a bad way to go out.
That is so unfortunate.
Unfortunately, it looks like New Orleans professional team will die and not be able to go to that to playoffs major next week.
All right, while you are potentially getting us our next series info, I'm going to go back to that one play we were talking about. The one where I'm pretty sure Savage saved it. My Rocket League is bugging. Oh my god.
Well, too bad. Oh wait, did I create a match? Oh, I think I accidentally created a match and I joined one.
Dondo, brother.
Sorry, I was trying to see if it was up, which it is up. So we're joining the real match now.
Oh, alrighty. Oh my god. Well, now I gotta hurry up and change the bar.
Or wait, hold on. Nobody's in here.
Dondo!
I didn't make the lobby. Nobody's in it though. I promise you.
Oh god, I love you so much sometimes. Who are we playing in this series? That's gonna be the key.
Toronto.
Right? We're playing Toronto. Ah. Ew. Toronto 6. Superstar, I'm pretty sure they're not bad. I'm pretty certain they're not a bad team. I gotta double check here. So Superstar, Toronto 6 are the second best Superstar team in points. They are tied for most series wins in Superstar. New Orleans isn't bad. New Orleans is a 7th place franchise for this tier. So I'm hopeful. Hopefully they do better than what we just saw, but we'll see.
It seems like they might still be in their second match. I don't know for sure.
All right, I've got Barrel queued up though, so once we get into the lobby, I am ready to rock and roll. I will get rid of that stream overlay for a second. All right, I want to see.
There's nobody has score reported for either match so far for Superstar yet, so I don't know exactly what's going on, but the best I could do is assume and predict.
I want to see that play, darn it. Okay, why is that? I didn't bookmark it. I'm gonna have to check that later. I'll peep it later.
So I'm having trouble seeing if they're playing or not yet. Still waiting on a message, but I am trying different lobby names to see if they work as we go.
I'm guessing they have to be in a match if they're not responding. Ooh, hello. Wow, I really suck at this game. Holy cow.
Don't we all, boss? Don't we all?
Dude, I feel so freaking tired. Like, I got a lot done today around the house.
Yeah. Toronto's thing is TOR, right?
It's TOR, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wanted to make sure it was TOR, not 6 for their franchise. Yeah, it is. Okay. Make sure I've been typing in lobby info wrong this entire time.
Oh, I did not separate from the ceiling at all there. We could 1v1 while we're waiting.
And no.
That's
Hold on. I just got a match result. That's professional though.
Wait, they've already got it started.
That no work. That no work.
We could always, if we want to, just skip. We could skip Superstar, go right to World Class.
Yeah, if it's if they're being a little weird.
That was the rookie training frac for strikers. I hate myself. Maybe I should be placed in academy next season. That might be where I actually belong.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
That no work. This no work. I could hop into VC and see what they're doing, but I don't want to throw them off if they're playing.
Let's just go ahead and hit up world class if you want.
Ooh. Sorry, I didn't mean to join. I accidentally joined world class VC. It's another team chat.
Fucking job, Tonto.
That's on me.
Hopefully they win now. While you were in there, did you at least ask for lobby info?
No, I was gonna. They were calming. They're in the middle of a game. I'm not gonna play. Right now, Superstar. So I don't have them on Rocket League, but I'm looking at their Discord, and it says they're in a private match 2-2 right now. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Since they're not responding, we'll just move on to world class.
Agreed.
Are we joining in world class right now?
Nope.
Who are we joining?
Myself.
Brother, no, let's get world class's info.
Well, their match doesn't start till 9:30, and they're middle of their second one. I'm not joining them.
Yeah, let's join the second one.
Let me hold on. They still got. It looks like they're down 0-4 with 2:15 left. I don't want to join and make them lag or something.
No. I just put it in their chat.
Okay.
I wanted you while we're waiting, but like I didn't ping anyone. I just put it in their chat. We'll see if they respond.
Yeah. Oh, I fucked up.
I really would love to catch a lot of World Series action. So we'll see what we get here.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the timer. In worst case, just join on their second one. Or join when the match is over.
Fair. Ah. I think that's it. Okay.
Good night over here. Minute 15 left.
You said a minute 15.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. We could just pop in. Well, you could pop in. I'll just chill.
Let me see who they're going against. CSA Major 2. "30 seconds left." It's not looking too good for world class right now. They're going against they should be going against Toronto 6 right now as well. 15 seconds left.
Yeah, well.
Looks like that game might be over. I don't know, because it says one of them's at the main menu. Let me see. Oh, did not mean to do that. Can I cancel it? No, give me up.
Oh, Dondo.
Well, now join your match. Shut up. Go ahead and leave when you're ready, boss.
All right, I left.
TOR class. Let's see it. Nope, that didn't work either.
I'm starting to think they're not using the standard stuff. Do you just want to, if you got a second, pop in and see, like, hey, where you guys at?
Mm-hmm. Oh, their match just started again. Hold on.
Eventually we'll get there. Eventually we'll get some more Rocket League action on the screen. Play some goalie training. Why did it come out so far? I might actually just be trash. Probably didn't need to flip into that, but, you know. Wicked. That was so freaking ugly. I was sideways. Uh-oh. I can't believe I saved that. It was an ugly aerial, but... Why am I going so far forward? I need to do better at that. I think he might have just abandoned me. I don't think he's coming back. am I misreading that so badly? I really am tired. Holy crap. I can't put anything on target right now to save my life. That was horrific. Is it not consistently the same spot every time? Ah! What am I doing? I think it's high. Oh, hello. Oh.
Groove, but
You're good.
just join party match and
Just join
we'll
party
be going.
match. Got it. What's the series score?
1-2, the other team.
1-2 in favor of Toronto. Got it. All right. Get back into casting here as we are now looking at world class. We are looking at the second series of the world class for tonight. It is currently 2-1 in favor of Toronto. That terrible, terrible town. Anywho, Massimo, Wesley, get a good kickoff here. Aqua went to look for that pop, started initiating an offensive opportunity, and immediately got booted. Incredible off-the-wall pinch. Mogi, turning back into it, able to put a shot on target. It's going to be a little bit high. Redirect in center. Pass off the backboard. Aqua elevates, gets the first touch, looking for a second. It's going to be dropping down to Wesley. Aqua almost got the follow. Almost got a third touch on an aerial and potentially the first goal for New Orleans. But that fell into an awkward spot for them. Ooh, bit of a miscommunication. Massimo was there looking for that shot on target. What is that name? I can't even read that.
Just Aqua, yeah.
No, the other one.
Ice?
Not Massimo. Is that Ice? Oh my God, he just had a cent sign in there. My apologies. Go ahead, Dondo. Enjoy the mic.
As we see Aqua try to kick that out, Ice not able to get a 50 on that ball. Mogi maybe looking for a pass out mid, just missed it slightly. Aqua controlling it up the right side of the pitch. Really good 50 come out of Mogi as Massimo comes to fill that empty space. Possible pass opportunity for Ice, but Wetz was able to meet him in the air. Water, possible outlets of Mogi, but Aqua able to cut that off. Aqua still going up the corner here. Possible pass play, but the corner ate his jump as we see Massimo try to corral it. Water taking a nice little carry up the left side, beating Aqua on that 50. Ice taking control of the midfield, pops it because he has a little boost. Wesley just trying to control in the corner for his team as we see a really good pinch coming out from Mogi. Ice trying to keep it in the New Orleans corner here. We see Aqua pass out from Massimo. Possible touch for Ice for the pass play, but Mogi able to, or not Mogi, Wesley able to get a really good save on that defensive half for Toronto. Man, it just seems like a lot of back and forth right now, boss. Both teams are bending but not breaking.
That is true. I definitely know that in world class, like being on an off night could really put you in an awkward spot. What did they tell you? Did New Orleans team tell you like how they did in the first series for the night?
No.
Dang. Well, New Orleans came into this, for those of you watching, they came into it as the #1 world class team, having parlayed 58 points throughout the season, 18 from Major 1. That puts them squarely in first by a full 6 points. While, yes, they're going to be seeded decently for the finale, they definitely want to pick up as many points as they can through Major 2 to really solidify that. They're playing against the 9th best team in world class in Toronto 6. Ice able to drop that into the corner. Massimo looking for a pass to Aqua, but that's going to be a little high. It looked like a bunch of contact from the Toronto side here. Ooh, dangerous spot. Aqua splits 50 with Wesley. Wesley gets a second touch. Massimo has the read and has the push. Aqua elevates quickly to the backboard. Still has the ball, able to push it out of harm's way, and Massimo's going to be able to follow. Not a lot of boost themselves. They're looking for a musty flick there to get it over the defense, and it did, but the goalkeep wasn't able. Sorry, not the goalkeep. The scoring option for New Orleans wasn't able to get there. Why am I unable to speak for world class? Of all
It's because
tiers.
there's so much happening all the time. You're constantly having to speak as we see a really good shot opportunity coming out from Ice there. Massimo trying to get a touch out to Aqua here. Aqua with a really good backboard touch. Maybe a shot from Ice. He was just a little bit slow. I need some water. The Massimo into the corner. Ice, good 50, trying to keep it on that Toronto half. Massimo backflips to keep that in the corner once again. Seems like there's a lot of offensive pressure coming up from New Orleans. They just need to find that possible passing play to be able to cinch that goal. As you see Wesley controlling up the wall, Aqua with the really good demo to stop that Toronto offense. A really close shot opportunity from Water. Massimo trying to get that out, got stopped. Ice trying to get a good look. Nobody from the Toronto side is on offense, so that was a missed goal opportunity from them. Aqua gets 50'd by Wesley. Ice control up the left wall, trying to beat Water, but Water gets a really good touch. Oh, as we see, I don't know how many players there were. There's a lot of players there, and there was a really good shot look from Toronto, but New Orleans able to save it by the skin of their teeth. As we see Ice fighting back on defense by himself. Man, there's just so much going on, boss. It's very hard to keep up with.
10 seconds left to be played here in game 4. Mogi bumped off the backboard. There's an opportunity abound. Aqua's going to turn back into this, puts the shot on. No! Not nearly enough power to elevate that shot and possibly be threatening. So we go to overtime here. Aqua immediately applying pressure. A demo on the back line. Massimo puts this high and wide. Mogi's able to clear it away. Aqua takes a soft pinch. Bumps Mogi. That's going to drop down into a dangerous spot. Massimo tries to split the 50 and take that win here. Ice turns. Mogi pushing it past Ice. Mogi's still got control. Not a lot of boost. Splits the 50. New Ice grabs the 100 too. No beans, no ball. And now New Orleans is going to take control of the play here. Aqua elevates. Looking for a pass-up pitch. Massimo's going to redirect that on. That's going to be goal number 1 for the game. And the only goal that matters as New Orleans takes game number 4.
Man, really close game from both teams there.
Yeah, no shit. There's the amount of times that ball was right in front of our net. I'm gripping my chair like, brother, please, can you get this away from the net today? I'm sorry. I was freaking weak.
No, that was a very close series there. Really good plays coming out from both sides.
Oh, God. I don't need so much excitement. Oh, I had that backwards for that entire stream. I had New Orleans and Toronto flipped on the scoreboard in the wrong way.
It is all good.
I've got it fixed now. No, wait.
No, you don't.
Now I do. We're good. Okay. All right, it's all tied up here. Series 2 totally on the line. It's a flat 0-0 coming into Game 5, and New Orleans is looking to potentially close this one out here. Aqua elevates, flicks, gets it over water. Mogi has control, gets a second, a third, a fourth. The air carry with so much precision, absolutely daunting to watch as a spectator. Aqua flicks it over to his teammate. Oh, not enough beans in the tank for them to follow as the two-man. So instead, Ice is going to have to quickly rotate back onto defense to play for position. Water pinches it off the corner. Wesley splits the 50. Ice has possession yet again. The rotations are just crisp. They are quick, Dondo. And it's so difficult to predict where the ball's going to go with how fast these players are diving into the action.
Oh yeah, I mean, what a really good shot opportunity coming up from Massimo. Really good save from Wesley as well. For a lot of people, if we do have any non-Rocket League players here, this is like the top like percentile of Rocket League play. Even if they're not pro, they're pretty dang close. A lot of them are.
I mean, we saw
so to be able to see
two repping the RLCS Challenger tag.
Yeah, which I believe is that top 64 and the quals or the top 32.
I think it's top 64 in qualifying teams.
Yeah, so really good players all around the board here. So it's hard to predict which way it's going to go, where the ball is going to be. But all we know is we're going to see amazing Rocket League regardless of who's on the field. As we see a really good pass opportunity coming out from Aqua, they're just a little bit weak. Massimo's able to get up to it. Massimo tries to get a touch past Mogi, just not able to get it there. Massimo possible outlet, but Aqua's already on his way back. Ice, good control on the ceiling here. Gets a nice little touch, but kind of dies out over. But Massimo gets a really good touch. Aqua looking for a possible shot. Controls it up the corner. It's also mid again. Just gets cleared out by water. You know, boss, I can't help but think if I had Ice, Water, and Aqua on the same team, I'd have a whole bunch of water on my team. Call them the Splash Bros, but
I vehemently hate that opportunity. Ice putting it high off the backboard, and Massimo unable to corral that, but Aqua's going to be there. Bar down ski. There's goal number 1 for New Orleans here. Game 5. Aqua proving that his shots are absolutely wet.
Pause.
No pause. No cap. Printer. Print them facts. Massimo off the sidewall. Ice collects the 100, looking for that redirect coming down. Mogi had the read, though. Ice off the sidewall, looking to contest that quickly. Massimo's got possession. Off the ceiling, gets the second tap. That's going to be on target. But with world class, that shot did not have nearly enough gusto to be anything threatening.
As Ice slices it into the bottom right corner.
What a demo. He just murdered that man.
No, yeah. Aqua, being the demo heavy player that he is, he was actively advocating for how many demos he gets in the town hall meeting yesterday. As we see Ice coming back for defense here, trying to get this nice control touch off the back wall. Maybe a second touch here to get over Water. A really good touch by Ice. Aqua trying to get over there to corral that. Just gets beat a little bit by Wesley. Massimo looking for a possible pass opportunity. Mogi able to beat him off his own back wall.
Hey, yo.
Ice. Try to oh God.
I'm so fucking weak. Oh my God.
With a really good touch coming out.
Back into the action. Holy crap. Oh, I'm getting censored. I can already feel it. That's just going to roll in. Goal number 1 for Toronto. Dondo. Oh, God.
You cast. Okay.
Aqua Water split the 50 on kickoff here. Minute 30 left to be played. That's still a lot of Rocket League action on the board. Mogi has a lot of boost, stays into the position. Great freaking pinch to catch that as soon as it meets the ground and generate all the upwards momentum you needed. Massimo leaving it for Water. Ice is going to go ahead and quickly contest Wesley. Thankfully, Water quickly contested that because... or not Water. Ice quickly contested that because, wow, they demolished our back line. Aqua leaving it for Mogi. Mogi is up. Gets the flip reset. Gets it past 1. Water's going to keep that play alive for Toronto. Dropping into the corner here. Wesley elevates. Massimo shoves it off the ceiling, gets the second touch here. Aqua demolished is going to be back now with 32 beans. Oh, but it's not going to matter. Water able to put that top bins and keep that out of New Orleans defense's reach.
Yeah, really good soft touch coming out from Water there. Catch a lot of people off. As we see Wesley take it to the corner, Aqua to contest a possible pass opportunity. Really good touch from Aqua, with Mogi able to corral that back into the New Orleans half. Mogi looking for a pass opportunity, but Ice cuts that off very quickly. Aqua with a good 50, but Water once again able to bring that back over to New Orleans side. Ice looking for a possible shot opportunity here. Really good 50 coming out from Ice. Massimo just missed that possible shot opportunity. Aqua 50'd over, going back to New Orleans side as we see another shot coming out from Mogi. Really good contest from Ice. Aqua controlling it up to the wall here. Maybe trying to stall a little bit of time, maybe hoping a teammate can get to that before the timer runs out. Mogi keeping on their half. Aqua, really good touch for a possible pass. Water controlling it over. Good touch from Mogi, and it dies right in front of the New Orleans net. 2-2 overtime, game 5.
Mogi leaves it for Wesley. Wesley, not a lot of boost, is going to try and take that off the sidewall here. Massimo pops it over one. That's going to be Ice putting it high and a little bit wide there with the contact. Passing it deep center. No, that's going to be dangerous. Ice doesn't have a lot of boost, but is able to get touch on the ball and push that away from a dangerous opportunity. Aqua immediately initiates the counter attack, tries to pushing it up pitch. Ice follows. Water looking for the double tap. That's a dangerous spot if you're New Orleans. You've got to get another touch here. You got Mogi in the waiting. They push it back to the corner here. Aqua able to finally get it away, but all of their personal momentum is killed, so they're going to have to quickly dive back into the action. Aqua off the backboard, looking for Ice. That's going to be cut out by Water. Ooh, corralled by Massimo. Excellent 50 to get over one. Potentially catching him off guard, as that was a complete mistouch by Toronto. Ooh, Dondo, with a minute having elapsed, there's a lot of offensive firepower coming out from both teams. Oh, God.
That was a really good look for New Orleans there. Massimo just able to elevate it above the above the Toronto defense. But continue off what you said. Yeah, very good offensive looks from both teams here as we see a pass play to Massimo with the shot and just slightly offside for New Orleans there. Mogi controlling it on the wall. New Orleans with nobody back, and unfortunate. Mogi was able to control that all the way past New Orleans defense to get that in for the goal.
That's one way to lose.
Yeah, unfortunate.
It really was. There were so many positions. There were so many opportunities where I thought New Orleans was going to be able to get back to it and potentially establish a second man and really just get that dub. But my goodness, Toronto's defense really bend don't break. Really played exceptionally well. A lot of saves on the board. But that wraps up series number 2. We will be back here in just a couple minutes with series number 3 once we get it all established. But we will cut to commercial break.
No lobby info, and I added Aqua to get into it.
We are back into the final series. This is definitely not Toronto. What team are we watching here?
We will be watching. Let me double check for you. I believe the Grand Forks Spartans.
Grand
Yes.
Forks Spartans. What a city. I believe when we were talking about like each of the cities we represent as teams, Grand Forks is actually one of the smallest population cities, but they are not shying away from shots today. To Rome 4 goes ahead and puts that first goal on target and gets the opening goal with only 7 seconds having been elapsed.
Yeah. To my knowledge, well, actually, it looks like the team may have changed up. Um, Rome was on our team. Oh, wait, no, that was fours. Never mind. Different team. Don't listen to what I'm saying. I was about to say some storyline stuff, but a completely different team.
That's crazy.
um, as we see good 50 coming out from New Orleans here. Ice got demoed. Ooh, really good 50 coming out from I don't even know who there. Massimo with a good touch on the defensive half of New Orleans. Talks trying to corral that back over, looking for a double, just slightly missed it. Massimo with all the time and space in the world, trying to control that into the net, just was a little bit slow. Gio with a good clear coming out from the Spartans. Um, Let me look up some stats here, boss. 'Cause I believe the Grand Forks Spartans are relatively like middle of the road for world class. They're eight, so they're exactly halfway. Um, as you said before, New Orleans is number one seed, and Grand Forks Spartan is the eighth seed going into this matchup.
Massimo collects the beans, leaves the ball for Ice. Ice has control. No, Tox already up into the play, immediately establishing some sort of offensive pressure. Gio, with not a lot of boost, has to dive for it, barely makes contact. Has the second touch as after they collected the 100 beans. Ice losing that 50 here. Massimo quickly has to elevate and dive back into the action. To Rome 4, having already scored one goal, is definitely going to be looking for goal number 2 and potentially goal number 3 and 4. World class is so difficult to start like accumulating a lot of goals. When you find the right play style that you're playing against, that yours just works out so well, you definitely got to farm some stats to the best of your abilities. Aqua puts a very strong touch off the sidewall. Gio dives in and kind of mix up the pace a little bit. Oh, what a pass. What a slot by Massimo to put it top bins, top right slot. I mean, my goodness, that couldn't. I don't know if you can get any better placement there.
Oh no, very good pass coming out from Ice midfield, and Massimo able to slot that in the top right corner away from any defender. Very good placement, very hard to save. And like you're saying, on world class, there's very seldomly I feel like do you see high scoring games because they're both teams are at the top of the game, right? So unless something's really wrong that night, these are always going to be really close games. Really good racquetly coming out from both sides. As we see Gio get a nice touch in the corner there, but Ice able to stop it. Talks up in the air for a shot opportunity, and Massimo is just a little bit awkward on that front post. They're not able to recenter and get that save coming
Yeah,
out from Talks.
this is already kind of awkward for me because we've watched series where the only reason that the opponents are scoring a significant amount was because we pulled up a superstar player. And the gap in play between superstar and world class obviously is present, but like when everybody's in a world class caliber player on the pitch, it really does feel like defense is just astronomical and almost impossible to get past. As I say that, Aqua splitting the 50 with Tox. Tox is already pushing it out to Gio. Gio's looking for that corner pass back to Tox, but that's going to be cut out by Ice. Oh my goodness, that could have been a slot. Gio tried ripping out the protractor, and it bounced off the post. Very favorable for New Orleans, but a very dangerous spot to be in nonetheless. Outlet pass to the wall. Nobody able to follow for two-man as New Orleans seems to be playing a bit more panicky, not wanting to have to play so much on defense.
Yeah, it seems like they're having a hard time getting that ball and keeping control of it. Um, as we see Aqua or a little bit of miscommunication there. Ice trying to corral that back into the Spartans half. Massimo with a lot of time and space, probably going to take control of the wall here. Just a little miss there, but it was a good fake opportunity. Wasn't able to get that 50 coming out from Tox. Tox getting a possible pass mid for a teammate, just kind of whiffs it a bit. Tox gets a touch over Aqua there. Ice trying to keep it on New Orleans favor. Massimo, possible pass opportunity coming out, just a little bit weak. Aqua, once again, it seems like a lot of New Orleans players are dying in the corner. They're not able to get any passes mid to create more of that offensive pressure that we just saw in that well, for one in the first goal and two in the previous game.
Aqua flips into it, pushing it back into the corner here. Gio's going to let that ride. Tox tried to follow. Dangerous spot, but Ice is already there for the refollow. Looking to pass down to Aqua. Aqua is going to put it high off the backboard. Aqua's pulled this angle before, but isn't quite able to redirect that back down. Aqua might be a bit out of their element here because Aqua's been our angle specialist, putting just about any shot from anywhere on target. I kind of expected that to be a dangerous shot.
Yeah, here's a little bit of low boost, so I feel like he maybe could have get the position he wanted to as a possible passing play coming out from New Orleans to be able to get that 2-2.
That is disgusting. What is this?
With 4 seconds left.
Aqua to Ice, Ice to Aqua, Aqua to the backboard, and then Ice to follow. Oh, sorry, Massimo got the touch there. What is going on?
Amazing team plays coming out from New Orleans with 4 seconds left. 2-2. Looks like we more than likely are going to get in overtime here. See Gio elevate that ball, trying to beat Massimo. Massimo with a good touch. Aqua 50s. Ice maybe trying to keep this ball up as we see a good pop. Massimo, good touch. A little bit low boost coming up from Ice. Aqua pops up one more time for Massimo maybe. Gets cleared out. Ice popping up one more time. Seeing if New Orleans might be able to convert a goal here. Massimo puts pressure on. Aqua pops out. Tox keeps it up. Oh, it's just a little bit low. All right, let's continue this overtime.
Game 1. Sorry, Donna.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, overtime here in game 1. Very dangerous spot here. Aqua slots it away. That's game number 1 stolen on a miscue from Gio. Oh, goodness.
Way to bring that back with literally like 10, 15 seconds left.
I love it. I love it so much.
Able to score that. I mean, we always talk about it, you know, especially in the high deficit games. Anything could happen in the game of Rocket League. Literally down 2-1, 4 seconds left, was able to convert a goal, and then not even 10 seconds into overtime, able to take that series off of the Spartans. It's just very good Rocket League coming out from New Orleans.
Hey, man, it's what you love to see, especially if you're a fan of New Orleans, like I know we are. But it's really, really awesome to see your team dig deep, equalize out the game before overtime, force that OT, and then steal it. Not even 20 seconds in. There's no heart-wrenching loss on the horizon. It's just New Orleans finding a way to take a dub. Aqua takes a very, very favorable pop to no man's land. Ice with the follow after a little bit of a Massimo miscue. That's going to be dangerous. Massimo elevated and popped out of the goal to get that cleared away. They're underneath the ball, not a lot of boost. They opt to take the 54. Aqua. Tox, very quick reflex, world class and all that jazz. Able to put that back on target. Aqua's got a chance to put a shot on net. That bounces off corner. Aqua slotting it away, and that's goal number 1 here for New Orleans.
It seems like New Orleans has found their groove, boss. They seem to be getting a lot more consistent touches and a lot more plays coming their way on offense after that overtime win. As we see Aqua trying to get a pass out mid. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, go ahead. I've been casting for a hot minute. You got this.
Get you some water. Okay, Aqua trying to get a touch in the corner there. Good 50 from Tox there. Just kind of no Ice with a possible shot opportunity. With the save coming out from Gio. Aqua get a pinch mid, trying to get a 50, but Rome able to clear that out. Tox definitely clearing it out, going over to the New Orleans half. Massimo with a good clear opportunity. Aqua trying to capitalize off of Gio's touch here with a possible shot just a little bit to the right. Ice trying to keep that into the Spartans half, just a little bit off. Massimo with a really good 50 in the air. Aqua taking control of it, maybe trying to get another touch mid, but Rome cuts that off, trying to generate offense for Spartans. As we see New Orleans continuing up the pitch. Gio with a really good clear there. A demo coming out from Ice on Tox. Gio trying to get a solo play. Massimo stops that in its tracks. Aqua looking for a solo play here. Rome cutting it off as we see Ice once again trying to keep that in the Spartans half. Massimo taking a little bit more of a patient, controlled approach, able to corral that back into the Spartan side with the shot coming out from Aqua. Possible double. Gio with an amazing touch to get it just out of Aqua's reach. Massimo also just killed Rome's opportunity for a possible double. Aqua controlling to the wall there, trying to buy his team a little bit of time as Rome controls that back over to New Orleans half. Really good 50 coming out from Ice as Aqua was able to capitalize and possible get a double, but it killed by Tox. Little assistance from Geo continuing down the pitch as we see Ice once again cut off any possible opportunity on offense that Spartans get, as we see an amazing pass coming out from Rome and Geo able to clinch that goal coming in for the Spartans.
Tough. Tough spot to be.
That was a hard one.
It was a hard one, but it is great passing plays like we do kind of expect out of this tier. Massimo already elevating, splitting the 50, trying to keep it on the back wall so that maybe an Aqua or an Ice type can pop back in. Ooh, popped over one. Ooh, Rome gets the split, almost favorable, but that's going to push a little bit too far away from the goal for Tox to be able to follow that up from a waterfall shot. Oh, that's on target. Ice putting it back into the corner here. Aqua gets the follow. They got the first touch. They did not get the flip reset that looks like they were going for. Ice, bit of a misflip there. Ooh, Massimo barely able to get back to the ball and keep this ball out of their own net. Oh, no! What a read by Tox. Read the bar down ski, but knew it wasn't going in and somehow found a way to flip into it at just the perfect time.
Yeah, it's a rough one coming up from New Orleans. They were a little bit outreached, hoping that was probably going to bounce off the back wall, but Tox able to capitalize on it as we see a team play coming out. Ice trying to elevate it over Spartans there, but wasn't able to get it there. Aqua flip reset play, trying to get this back mid for a possible passing play for New Orleans. Massimo clears it out to try to buy his team a little bit of time. Geo with the control touches, getting it back over to New Orleans. Rome playing patient, able to keep it in the New Orleans half. Ice with another pop coming out, trying to maybe get this ball a little bit of time away from New Orleans because they were getting smothered as Aqua tries to clear it out. But Geo is there to read the play, and Rome coming in to clean it up.
It's a dangerous spot when you let your opponent start to establish great passing plays. New Orleans has got to figure it out pretty quickly if they want to have a chance of coming back here in game 2. Oop, Geo. That's going to be a little bit wide, but still something that New Orleans has to play and consider. Tox dives right into the action here. A bump there. Geo, what a save by Massimo. Geo had probably one of the most heads-up shots that you could possibly ask for, especially in world class. And Massimo, through the flip, was able to make contact and clear that away. Tox leaves it for Geo. Geo gets a great double opportunity, but Ice is going to clear that to the sidewall. Off the backboard here, Aqua's going to take, pops it over one, looking for a pass over for 2 to Ice, but they can't quite get it past this strong line of defense from the Grand Forks Spartans. Aqua elevates, shot opportunity off the backboard. What a fake! Oh my goodness, that's dirty.
Geo and no boost is able to fake out the New Orleans offense. As we see a really good demo coming out from Ice, possible shot from Massimo, but he just didn't have any boost to be able to corral that back into the net. Aqua looking to get a touch, just fell a little short as Ice able to corral it back into the Spartans half, and it just died out. Ice looking for a demo, just wasn't able to get it. Spartans trying to keep their momentum, maybe get one more goal for the road. As we see a possible triple touch flip reset coming out from the Spartans and just dies. But really good offense, really good plays coming out from that Spartans team in that second game.
I'm a D1 shooter TDY.
Today. I don't know.
I'm guessing. I guess he's making fun of the fact that he had no beans and he got away with that ball, but he couldn't quite corral it back into the goal. Dude, those hurt when you don't have enough momentum and you've got somebody on your heels, so you have to be perfect and you just can't quite get back to the ball. It's like running in slow-mo when you're in a nightmare. It's like there's nothing you can do. You just have to accept it.
Yeah, and just try to pick up the pieces, but sometimes you're not able to get it, and it really sucks.
Tox tries to collect the ball, but Aqua's got the boost and possession now. Aqua's underneath the ball, gets the flip reset. Very favorable bounce is going to go back over towards Aqua, who opts to take a very quick redirect touch into the sidewall. Aqua elevates, clears that away. feel like I'm saying Aqua far more often than I'm saying anything else as Geo slots that top bins. Oh, Dondo, we're in a dangerous spot already.
Yeah. New Orleans just has to kind of find their bearings, figure out what they need to do on defense specifically against this Grand Forks Spartans team, because they are smothering New Orleans on offense. As we see a possible play coming out from New Orleans, just Rome was able to clean it to the corner. Ice possible pass opportunity. Geo with really good backboard defense. Aqua maybe back pass into Massimo, just a little bit too far away from him. Geo possible double tap opportunity, but Ice able to get two really good touches to keep that away from New Orleans net. Aqua just gets beat a little bit by Rome as Massimo with no boost has to make a diving save to keep that from danger. Tox, possible pass opportunity, but Aqua's able to kill it. Aqua still trying to keep possession as Massimo gets a really good control touch mid, but nobody from New Orleans is there to be able to get that goal. Yeah, boss. It seems like we're not getting the same New Orleans in that first game. Their play seemed a little bit more connected, team wise, both on offense and defense. They're able to get the ball where they needed to. It just seems like that's not the case anymore.
Ooh, you're not wrong. I mean, you definitely want to establish good team passing plays early on, potentially take a 1 or 2 goal lead, because then you also have a lot less pressure on your shoulders. And I feel like New Orleans right now is playing from an area where they know that they lost the second game after having the first goal, and now they're down by 1. So that thought process is going to weigh on their minds just a little bit. They're going to want to score in bunches, and they need to just take their time, look for that team passing play, and try to generate some good quality team chemistry offense. As we say such, Geo pushing it down the pitch here. That's going to elevate for Massimo. Massimo takes it off the ceiling. Aqua, though, isn't able to beat out Geo to the ball, so Geo's going to take possession for this Grand Forks team. Aqua jumps back into the action here. Geo's going to turn around. Probably opts not to take the first touch. Instead, elevates it and puts it off the ceiling, leaving it for Rome. Rome dropping this down. Ooh, Ice was barely able to clear away yet another shot opportunity. Another cleared away by Ice. Massimo and Ice both completely out of beans here, leaving Aqua is going to have to be the sole boosted defender. Dondo with 2:16 left to be played. We're in a spot yet again. Oh, my goodness. We're in a spot yet again where New Orleans has got to find a way to make up some ground.
Yeah, it seems like their defense is clicking a little bit better on that last defensive possession that they had. I'm hoping that can carry over to offense. With 2 minutes is a lot of Rocket League to play, but the way they have been playing, it's going to be really hard to fight that one goal. As we see Aqua try to maybe get a control touch on Wall with a low boost. He's just going to try to get a 50 for his team. Ice able to get a nice little bump there on Rome. Massimo trying to keep this on the Grand Forks Spartan side as we see Aqua sneak in and slot that goal in for New Orleans with 1:37 left.
Beautiful shot, and that is the kind of shooting we need. But Dondo, sorry, go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're fine. I was going to say, not necessarily a team play we were looking for, but they were able to sneak in when Grand Forks wasn't paying attention or maybe was just a little bit lax and get that goal opportunity. Sometimes that's what it takes. As we saw a possible goal coming out from Rome, but Ice able to get that touch for the save. Aqua trying to control that into the offensive possession. Ice with a shot opportunity. Rome there to get the save. Aqua just drilling it back, trying to maybe get another look on goal. Gets a nice little bump /50 there. Massimo controlling it up, but Gio's able to clear that out. But Ice was ready for that. Rome hitting it one more time back to Nolan's half. His Aqua's a little bit awkward, but Ice was able to clean that up for him. It seems like New Orleans is playing a bit better, but that Grand Forks Spartan offense is definitely a super smothering as they let one more goal in, just kind of snuck into that bottom right post.
Dang. 48 seconds left to be played. New Orleans is now down by 1 goal. This is our last series for the night. Tox somehow able to win 250s right on the starting line. Tox trying to keep the play alive. Tries to get through Aqua, but can't quite get it past. Gio's already elevated. Not a lot of boost to follow. Ice fakes it past one, gets the flip reset. Massimo tries to shove it through, but can't get it through the last line of defense. And now New Orleans is more than ever feeling the weight of the world. 22 seconds left to be played, and it is still on the cusp. Gio putting away the dagger as they now have a 2-goal lead against this New Orleans Nightmares team. And I'm sorry, Dondo. I think that's going to be the end of game 3 here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard. 15 seconds, 2 goals, unless they get some miracles coming in. But the way they've been playing, they're going to have to find a way to clean up those defensive possessions a little bit coming into game 4.
And there it is, folks. Game 3 is in the books. Grand Forks Spartans are now sitting up 2-1 in the series, looking to steal a series away from the best rated team in world class right now. I think New Orleans can do it. I think realistically, if they look for better team plays, if they try to maintain some good boost, they try to maintain control of the midfield. I know all of that is much easier said than done. I think there's a substantial chance for them to really turn this around. And I mean, we've seen it done before, right? We've seen it done where they talk it out, they make some adjustments, and they get back into it, and they just pop off for 2 straight games. I think that's a possibility here, Dondo.
Yeah, it definitely is. Also, boss, looking at the major sheet, I did forget to tell you that their first match did forfeit. So, so New Orleans right now, technically they've lost one series, won another. So hopefully they can pull this other win off coming into this series.
For sure. We'd love to be in really good placements. But we're going to have to take it one game at a time. We'll see here as we get game 4 underway how New Orleans is going to handle the rest of this series. Looks like we're getting a kickoff here from Massimo. Massimo hopefully will get a good one for us here. Is able to get it to Aqua. Aqua's got the 100 beans, looking for off this. No, opts not to go off the ceiling. Is going to drop this center. Massimo doesn't get the touch, but Gio is caught off guard, and that's going to redirect in off the goal keep into the goal. Unfortunate play in world class, but nobody, and I mean nobody, is excused from seeing something crazy happen. Oh my goodness!
Massimo with the very slight touch, just get that in the net over Tox.
That is disgusting.
Oh man, New Orleans coming out hot in the first 14 seconds of this game.
You know how I said they've done that before, where they talk it out through like a minute-long break, and then they come out swinging? I think they're coming out swinging after that timeout.
Oh yeah.
Oh goodness.
See Massimo with the possible pass opportunity, but Rome able to control that. Aqua wasn't able to get that 50 there. Was able to get a good presence though. Rome with the mustard. Ice with the amazing save. Aqua just needs to get that on net. One more touch possibly from bang. Ice able to get that 50 to get that into the net from New Orleans.
Also, shout out Director Cam. That was an incredible play.
Oh yeah.
Massimo. He wins yet another kickoff. Aqua tries to shove 2 Rome 4 out of the way. Ice, no. Unfortunate doink is going to slot in an own goal. And my brother, it's 4 goals in the first minute of world-class play here. 2 Rome.
Hey.
What was that bump?
I'll say they got their own goal back, now instead of later. But yes, I saw that bump and it was disgusting.
Massimo got just launched. That is crazy. 2 Rome. Ooh, dangerous spot here. That's going to be shoved all the way across the pitch. 2 Rome is able to slot that away, and all of my hype is gone. I'm immediately dead on the inside, as now New Orleans is only up by 1 goal.
I mean, we always talk about it. I feel like every cast, Rocket League, anything could happen. So what was a 3-0 lead for New Orleans is now, after another 20-30 seconds, is 3-2. Still in New Orleans' favor, but definitely a lot less cushion than they previously had. As we see Gio try to control this mid, get a nice little flip reset pass over to Rome. Massimo keeping it in the New Orleans corner as Aqua's going to try to get this cleared out. A little bit soft because he had low boost. Tox with a really good pass, just a little bit quick as we see Massimo try to keep this in the Spartans half. Massimo, possible pass to Ice. Ice, one more touch to Aqua, and Aqua just wasn't able to get it away from Tox. As we see Geo get a really good shot on net, but Ice was back to save. Aqua trying to control in the corner, maybe buy his team a little bit of time. See, really good flick coming out from Aqua. Man, I need some water. I've been casting too long.
I got you, brother. Geo, oh, bit of a mistouch here in world class. It's kind of crazy to see. Tox elevates quickly, putting it off the sideboard to roam 4, looking for Geo. Geo's already up. Geo not able to quickly get to it as that's put underneath. Massimo looking for the redirect. That's going to be wide. Can Aqua put this on target? They're going to play it slow, split the 50 with Geo, and that drops down. Iced, already off the sidewall, redirects. Massimo's there! There's goal number 4! Bang! New Orleans puts themselves up by 2 yet again. Aqua looking for a kickoff here for us. Ooh, Ice was able to push it through, but Toxic the 100 Beans has possession of the ball. Ice able to put that just around the hitbox for the car, so now Geo's going to have to make a dangerous touch as they are unable to make contact with it, and now 2 roam 4 is in a bit of a quick counterattack. Ice all the way down the pitch, unable to make it to the ball. Tox elevates, splits the 50 with Aqua. Massimo's going to push back up. Massimo's my hero. I actually voted for him for the presidential election. Aqua, oh, bit of a mistouch, but Massimo, the savior, able to pop that high off the backboard. Aqua putting it off the backboard here, collects the 100, turns back into the action here. They're going to elevate. No, never mind. They decided to play a little bit slower. Bit of a miscue from New Orleans, but Ice is able to put this off the sidewall or off the ceiling. Dangerous spot, Nando. A minute 30 left to be played in New Orleans, while up by 2 is still facing a lot of pressure on that back line. They're going to have to figure out a way to really keep that away from their goal and just avoid letting so many shots be taken on their net.
Yeah, the more shots, obviously, the more opportunities a goal is going to happen. It's best to try to kill that in the midfield if you have the seed and the momentum. As we see Aqua get a really good goal line save, trying to control this up, get a 50 on Rome in the midfield, controlling it, pass opportunity to Massimo, just a little bit weak as Massimo controls it, tries to elevate, and just it kind of dies out on the Grand Forks Spartan side. Geo gets a good flip reset over Aqua. Massimo able to corral in the corner so Ice can try to take control. Rome gets a good pass mid for Geo with a really good shot coming out from Grand Forks Spartans.
38 seconds is a lot of time in Rocket League. Anything can happen. The game can go any way, but New Orleans knows they can't give up this lead now, especially if they take the equalizer and allow overtime to be forced. With being a game down in the series, that's just detrimental all around. Massimo pushing up pitch, puts the shot on target to Rome, able to clear that away. Aqua redirecting it back center. Bit of an outlet. Oh, the bump on Ice makes Aqua have to take a very risky play, and they're able to push it out for just another second to Rome. Oh, a little too hard from Tox. With 10 seconds left, Geo's going to have to get a very favorable touch up pitch. Massimo on target. This might be the last offensive opportunity to potentially force an OT. What a touch by Massimo! The falling savior clears that away, and we're going to get to see a game 5.
That was actually fun. That was disgusting.
Oh, that's like, aren't you caught yourself there?
Yeah, that was disgusting. I was like, oh man, Geo might get a pass mid.
I looked at that, I was
Massimo
like, oh,
just came in.
I was like, oh, Geo's going to get it. He's going to be able to pop it up. And then Massimo, like Icarus falling from the sky, just swats that shit away. And it's like, not today, brother. We're going to game 5.
I was thinking like a Helldiver flag being planted from the from the destroyer, just planted his feet down.
Nah.
Oh man. Nah, that was awesome.
God, that's disgusting.
With a lot of that momentum going into game 5, obviously Rocket League is a very momentum based game. That is gameplay wise and that is mentality wise. So, I would say New Orleans has the upper hand going into game 5, but once again, this is world class. anything could happen.
Well, and it's been unfathomably equal between these two teams. I mean, we're looking at one team with 10 shots, one with 9. Like, we're not talking about a difference of 4 or 5 shots or a complete difference of the stat board, but across the stats, it was irrevocably close.
Yeah. Very good games coming out from both teams here as we're getting to this game 5.
But game 5 underway. This is going to be the end-all, be-all for the night. Last game for our stream. Geo putting it over to Tox. Tox looking back center. 2 Rome was deleted from the pitch. Not able to follow that up and be their third for offense. Aqua is going to outlet pretty hard here. Massimo tries to get a double tap redirect, potentially open up some opportunities for their team. Instead, that pass center for Tox is going to fall off to the side. Massimo trying to be a bit of a kerfuffle for this other team. Tox turns, collects the 100, comes off backboard, has control, looking to get over Massimo. Can't. Massimo's just too good for that kind of play to pass him. Geo bumped out of position. Massimo back into the action, is able to clear this off to the other side of the pitch. Ooh, Ice gets the very favorable pop. Looking to go over a Geo. That's not going to happen. It's kind of wild how many times both teams will go for an air carry, trying to get over the first contesting defender, and it's just not happening. I mean, I'm going to be honest, they really try that play a lot, don't they?
Oh yeah, and they, there's only a couple options you could do in the air, especially or even at this level. Like, you can keep going, try to get it over, try to get an extra touch over them. You could try to fake it, go for a flip reset or a stall. You could just try to 50 it to get an advantage. Like, there's only so much you could do because the other team knows what you're going to do as well. In world class, it's like you really have to go through 5 or 6 different options before the one thing works sometimes. So it's very cool to see all these different plays that are coming out from world class as we see Ice tap it over Rome here. Rome looking for a possible shot, but Massimo able to stop that, get a good 50. And once again, another 50 coming out from Tox and Massimo's. Tox gets a really good shot on net. Ice able to clear that away. Rome still coming back for more with a possible shot opportunity. Aqua with a really good save. A little bit low boost on Ice's side, but he's able to stay calm and get a really good pop out for Massimo. Massimo with a good 50. Aqua tried to get a pop to maybe pass to Massimo, just went a little too far. Gets a good 50 on Rome here as Massimo was a little bit too quick for that touch. Rome with another shot, but Massimo coming back for that save. Very different tune playing in this game, boss. I don't know why I kept my tone that way in this game, boss, as we see a really good save. But last game, there was 3 goals coming out from New Orleans and just 4 in general in the first minute of this game. But now we're halfway through the game with no goals scored.
Both teams know. I mean, that's why I keep saying they're going back to the same playbook. They're going back to the low-risk, high-reward plays because both teams know a loss here, it's over. There's nothing else left to be played. This is it. So I think once the first goal is scored, we'll see both teams really start to liven up on offense. They're going to start really just trying to push the boundaries. But until that happens, they're just going to keep testing this defense, looking for where that first gap is going to arise and potentially allow them their easiest opportunity for offense that doesn't offer up an opportunity for the opposing team. Ooh, dangerous spot. Massimo underneath the ball. Ice tries to dive in to keep this out of the potential danger zone. Very favorable waterfall that Aqua's going to be able to read. Aqua getting the second touch. Ice pops it over one. Sorry, Geo pops it over one. Ice is going to take a long touch. Buys them just a few seconds of time and potentially a chance to collect some more beans. Rome double tapping it off the backboard. Not really a favorable angle, but it is what it is. Massimo is going to redirect that shot. It's wide. I'll be honest with you, with Geo's placement on rotation, even if that shot was on target, I don't know if that would have been too dangerous. Massimo, underneath the ball, flicks it up high. Ice is already up, goes for the flip reset, but Tox pushes it up a little bit out of reach. And with a minute left to be played, Dondo, we're still in that testing phase.
Yeah, they keep testing each other, see what they can get away with. Ooh. As we see Aqua one-on-one with a good touch, but Geo has been really good this game this series on offense. As we see him also get a nice little outlet out on defense, going out for offense. Rome getting a really good air carry to a pinch. Geo trying to get a good pass, but
Ooh.
Aqua was there for the save. Another possible pass opportunity, but Aqua was there trying to get an air carry over Rome. 1-on-1 right now, gets a pop up, but Tox able to keep it kind of safe as Ice is going to corral this up to wall, but Rome is going to be able to read it and get a possible pass out to Geo. And just an unfortunate touch coming off from Ice. He read the play, just was a little bit too far with a really good play coming off from the Grand Forks Spartans.
There are 12 seconds left to be played, Dondo, and do you believe in miracles? Because that is what we need here. Aqua diving back. The countdown clock already initiated. It's going to pass center. Aqua puts it over to Massimo. Massimo gets the pop. Aqua's looking for a bump. Massimo looking for the fake. It touches the ground. Game 5 goes in the books in favor of Grand Forks in what could have easily been one of the best developing plays we've seen all night. Massimo unable to get the flip reset to get back into the ball and generate the equalizer. Oh, that hurt.
Man, that was a really good series.
I thought it was going to happen, brother. We were there. It was on the goal line. Like Aqua had the body.
Yeah, just unfortunate.
Oh God. Well, for those of you who tuned in to watch our almost entirely 3-hour stream, thank you for tuning in. It's been Boss Rodell. I've had Dondo on the desk. Dondo, I know clearly you would have liked to have seen your franchise pay off a little bit better for tonight, but I won't make you relive that too much. We will go ahead and we will call it a night, and I will catch everybody later. Y'all take it easy.